confused. Shouldn't you be keeping me at 10 when you're 2? I can't help but feel sympathetic, I do. You think you're bad, boy, but I feel bad for you. Think you're bad, boy, think you're bad, boy, think you're bad, but I feel bad for you. I'm not even mad, I'm not even mad, I'm not mad, I'm not mad, I just feel bad for you. I was pretty when I met ya, now I'm prettier than ever, took a second to forget you, boy, only one. If you wanted to hurt me, well you failed big time, cause I knew you would panic and run. I won't chase you, baby, I'm too good without. If you think that I'm crying, you're wrong. I'm not even mad, boy, but I'm confused. Shouldn't you be keeping me at 10 when you're 2? I can't help but feel sympathetic, I do. You think you're bad, boy, but I feel bad for you. Think you're bad, boy, think you're bad, boy, think you're bad, but I feel bad for you. I'm not even mad, I'm not even mad, I'm not mad, I'm not mad, I just feel bad for you. If you wanted to hurt me, well you failed big time, cause I knew you would panic and run. I won't chase you, baby, I'm too good without. If you think that I'm crying, you're wrong. Think you're bad, boy, think you're bad, boy, think you're bad, but I feel bad for you. I'm not even mad, I'm not even mad, I'm not mad, I'm not mad, I just feel bad for you. Think you're bad, boy, think you're bad, boy, think you're bad, but I feel bad for you. I'm not even mad, I'm not even mad, I'm not mad, I'm not mad, I just feel bad for you. Think you're bad, boy, think you're bad, boy, think you're bad, but I feel bad for you. I'm not even mad, I'm not even mad, I'm not mad, I'm not mad, I just feel bad for you.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to all these settings. Oh, God, what have I done? Go to big camera.
Wow.
Sit down in my chair here real quick.
That's fun.
That is fun. I don't need that browser source. No, get rid of that, because you know what I have? I have a list of sources. Window capture, add source. Add source. Oh, it's not cropped properly. Look at them.
What's poppin'?
Hey.
I had some of this set up properly. It's not set up properly. Like this part of it, this specific part is not set up properly. Oops. I thought that it would save those settings between the scenes. It does not. Hello.
It doesn't. Yeah.
Welcome
Hello.
to
How's it going?
Couchsurf.
We're on the couch.
Right. This is a weird kind of interdimensional couch, I would say.
The theoretical couch.
Yeah.
The theoretical couch. I could feel a couch in my heart. Can you?
That's good. If we're just kind of there. Okay, well, Fūnk-é's gone now.
Yeah, well,
I
they'll be back.
I
Farewell.
see what you're doing.
See, I thought it would save the cropping between the different scenes, but guess what, John?
Yeah, it doesn't. Nope.
I thought that's how that works. That's not.
Yeah.
Mm.
But that's John. That's me in the corner. That's me in the spotlight.
Hey, John.
Your religion.
Losing my religion.
And we've got Fūnk-é.
Oh, hey.
Look at that.
Hey, the sun is out.
The sun is
Hey,
out.
the sun is out.
The birds are singing. They all say, we love to look at Fūnk-é. Because that rhymes.
Oh. Thanks, birds. It's too snowy. I don't know what the birds are doing, but I hope they're okay.
What temperature is it out there,
Fūnk-é.
Fūnk-é?
The temperature right now?
Yeah.
Let
I'm
me
hunched
check.
over in my seat. I don't know why this camera is different between scenes.
And Fūnk-é, don't you dare convert it to Fahrenheit for these American
I
heathen.
won't.
Okay.
That was the thing I was going to ask you to do because
No, don't you dare.
-10. It will be -13 very soon. Celsius.
Whoa.
Yeah.
what does that mean?
Brr.
I think that's like 18 degrees or something Fahrenheit, something like that.
The one
Yeah,
asking the
it's
important
snow.
questions is Kenneth Shepard.
What up?
What does that mean, Kenneth?
Fuck if I know. I'm an American. I know yardsticks and
Yeah,
other forms of measurement.
we have yards. I don't know why.
There you go.
Yeah,
There you go, Kenneth.
very strange.
For sports.
Kenneth's down in
All
the...
forms of measurement are made up. So
That's true. Time is
You
made
know.
up.
True.
Do you know that?
That's true. Yes, it's true.
They don't tell you.
That is true.
You know what else is true? It's Friday.
It is.
Yes.
It is Friday once again, as David Lynch would have us believe. I think you can draw your own conclusions, personally.
LB just said that's the actual difference between Steven and Kenneth's height.
I mean, it's
Rude. That's so rude.
It's not rude if it's true, though, John.
You can lump me into the same category, though. It's true.
No, not anymore. Look. Now we're about...
Wow. Whoa. That's my real head size, though.
No, it's
Whoa.
not. I could squish it with my little fingers. We are back here again with more Couchsurf, and we actually have cameras set up. Sort of. I have cameras set up in the actual scene, but I don't have a game playing in the background, so you were just seeing an infinite loop of stuff, and I didn't consider that that's what you would see. So we are going to just go ahead and kick it off into a video game. How about that?
I would love
I like
that.
games, Steven.
I like games, too. That's what we do here on Fridays on Couchsurf, is we play video games. We play with Big Steve.
oh, sorry, I didn't bring a good one today. Y'all, sorry.
You definitely didn't. I know that's a bit, but you brought a bad game.
Listen, you brought a challenging game.
Mhm.
I won't say it's bad. I'll say it's challenging.
Well, do we want to start with you?
Oh, we could start. I don't care. I was just saying. I
Kenneth?
thought we had set up.
You
an
went
order.
first?
No, we're gonna do Fūnk-é first.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good. I'm ready.
Fūnk-é, hit me with that
Yes.
beautiful bean footage.
Let me give it. I sent you the link.
Okie doke.
Yeah, so this is Lost Ark. Apparently this is old, but it's also new here for the West.
Where did you send me
Yeah.
the link?
In Ranald McDonald.
Oh, can you send it to me in Slack, actually, real quick?
Yes.
Oh, it'll mess up our cameras if I do it that way. We're learning things on the fly here. That's what you can expect from a Fanbyte product, is that it's sort of a tutorial program that we do here.
Yeah. While we set that up, I just want to give a shout out to applesauce.
Go squeeze.
Okay, it's very important. It's very
Applesauce
important
is good.
that its stuff is good. Thank you.
Fūnk-é, you need to accept me.
Yes.
And also
You're
in Discord,
accepted.
or in Parsec.
You're accepted.
All right, thank you so much. We are hitting it live here. We have a video. We have a smorgasbord of video games to play today, including one called Lost Ark. Y'all
It's
heard of
found.
this? Oh, you found it.
I found it. It's here.
Roll credits.
You found the Ark? Holy shit.
It takes a lot of people a lot of hours, but not me. Yeah, so I don't really know much about this game, quite honestly. I just know that it's here now, and a lot of people that I know are playing it, so I wanted to check it out.
Do you want to, while you check it out, do you want to turn the volume down a touch? We've been messing around with Parsec. There's been a lot of blizzards going on around here lately in the North American continent. It says my internet is fine. But
Steven, I'm not able to through Parsec, by the way. Could you just... Are you able to, like, right-click
I mean,
and...
in the video game Lost Ark,
Okay, yes.
you go to your audio settings.
Who should we play?
Indiana
There's like
Jones,
Yeah?
because he's the
There's
Lost
a-
Ark. He's the writer of the Lost Ark.
Oh. I guess he is. I've only really played the Lego games with him.
Well,
So
so that's appropriate because you've not seen Indiana Jones, you've not played MMOs previously, and you've not played Diablo.
No, I've tried MMOs. They never stick with me. I always get to level 27, maybe, and then I'm like, geez, they want me to go tomorrow, and go back at it.
Yeah,
I can't.
typically. Oh,
I can't do it. These gunner characters look very cool.
Yeah.
be a
Don't really see-
gunner. What do we got here? We got warrior, mage, martial artist, female,
Martial artist male.
Wait,
Yeah,
why does it do that?
Because a few of the classes are also gender locked for some reason.
Yeah,
Which is
assassin
like,
can only be a lady, I think.
That's interesting.
And I tested this when I played this. I played a little bit of this before, not much. I played through like the tutorial. The story setup for the gunner male and the gunner female and the martial artist male and the martial artist female are different.
Okay.
It's not copy and paste like Diablo or anything else would do, where it's just like, oh yeah, you're playing as this person and that's what's going on in their world.
Okay.
Okay.
Philip the Snowman, this is not New World. This is from the same people. This is from Amazon, sort of.
Wow.
Amazon put it out here in the United States, but it is a South Korean MMO.
Yeah. Diablo MMO.
A Diablomo.
A Diablomo.
This guy looks like a vampire.
Wow, he does.
LB says that we should pick the toughest, coolest one with the best hairstyle.
Oh shit. This guy's looking tough and cool.
Oh my!
I don't know if
Yeah.
I like his hair.
Yeah. You can change the hair.
We can switch that up.
Now, okay, so what about this world? Is it like you could be a little Victorian boy or a mech with wings? Like, I don't understand, like, what's the deal?
Well, we'll find out when we get to the arc, right?
All right, yeah, I guess that's true.
I kind of like the more fantasy one.
I like it too.
Ooh. It's got a face on the arm, the shoulder blade here.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's got like big teeth, like popcorn kernels.
Mm-hmm.
You ever seen? I was gonna ask a very stupid question.
Then you have to ask it. That's the rule here at Fanbite. If you stop yourself from asking a stupid question, you have to ask it.
I was
Oh,
gonna
we
ask.
can.
I was gonna ask if you'd ever seen raw corn.
Yeah, I've seen raw corn before.
Of
Yeah.
course you have.
The
That's why it's a
food.
stupid question. Yeah, the food.
Got you.
No, I was asking
at
if you had seen
these
corn at their
dance
rawest. You know, back when it was about the music.
Yeah. Fūnk-é, you were fucking let's go. Look at these.
Yeah, we're
dudes.
going hard. Got the aerial shot over here. Hey.
You're doing the Charleston. What's happening?
It's pretty chill.
Yeah.
How do you want to mess this guy up? make it more intense.
I really want to mess this guy up. Wait, is that a horn? Can you just... Is one of the hair options a horn on the bottom right?
This?
No, that's just his back. That's his pauldron. That's
Oh,
all.
yeah. The spikes in the background.
Yeah.
I thought it was a little unicorn horn.
Me too. I was bummed.
Oh, it seems like all of the faces are pretty much the same shape. I don't know. Into the customizer you can go. Maybe the hair?
You can change... Well, if you go down, you can set things like blending, contrast, intensity, extent, hair gloss,
This
length.
is kind of a Jimmy Neutron.
That is kind of a Jimmy Neutron. Are you going to
I
make
like
Jimmy...
it.
I think you have to make Jimmy Neutron now.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Wow. Nickelodeon will never give us another Nick All-Stars Brawl video now. Shit.
Oh, there's
Oh
elf
no,
ears.
this is promotion for the series that they stopped doing like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he looks like. Oh, shit. I think I have to save it. So now he's glowing a bit. I dig it. I think this is him all grown up. Like if he
Right.
got bitten by a vampire and kind of stopped aging at 25.
It's like the Dexter's Lab movie.
What happened
Yeah.
in that one?
I don't remember that, but yeah.
The Dexter's Lab movie. There's a live, not a live action. There's a Dexter's Lab movie that like a full motion video movie. Not full motion video. What am I saying? Full feature length film
Yes.
of Dexter's Laboratory, and it
Yeah.
is like a lost piece of Cartoon Network history because they've like not preserved it in any way. You
Okay.
can't buy it. It aired whenever it aired, like 1999 or whatever. Jimmy.
It's an invalid character.
Oh, space.
Diminution.
And it's like you can't find it anywhere. But in the movie, Dexter meets his future selves, his like teenage self, his adult self, and his old man self. And I was just saying that this would be like if Jimmy Neutron was in the Dexter's Lab movie and he saw himself in the future.
Mm-hmm.
I get you. Cutscenes. Let's go photosensitivity mode, just so it's not like flashing.
That's a good idea.
Do it. You won't.
I did it. Yeah, so apparently there's a lost ark and we gotta find it on a boat. That's pretty much the story of this one. Yeah, have y'all ever tried this game at all? Steven, did you play it?
I played a half hour of it, and then I got to the opening cutscenes, and the opening cutscene people wouldn't stop fucking talking. You haven't even gotten past character creator yet, by the way.
No. I just started this up live here.
No, I mean, right now, you are not past the character creator. There's more
It's-
character creation to be done.
There is?
Oh, are you serious?
Wow.
They don't just have that all in like one menu.
Like yourself.
Nope.
They force you to
talking?
pick your... What's that?
Who's using innocent
I thought the door was talking to me in this story. But
Oh, it's just a narrator.
What could drive Arthur Teen's most respected scientist
That,
to do such a
that guy's having a bad day.
was that damn
No, he's
Jack.
not
Wow, a
feeling
lot
it.
of people.
The
What? That's a
ruby-eyed,
choo-choo.
they call
That's a
it.
choo-choo man. What's happening? Sauron! That's just fucking Sauron!
That's just Sauron, huh?
It was
Yeah.
This game...
it's a demon eye.
the aesthetic of this game feels like it feels like a lot of South Korean MMOs to me. Actually, it's just like they just throw everything at the wall, and
Yeah.
that is like barely litigious.
It took you.
Well, I was watching their like big trailer, which was 25 minutes or something. Doesn't really feel like a trailer at that point, but they were describing how they just pulled elements from all the things that they loved. They're pretty modest about it, actually. They were like, the story isn't that
overcame the temptation.
groundbreaking, but we hope you'll enjoy it. And the world we're making, which I don't really see games do too often. They're always like, this is the most original thing in the world,
Yeah.
and it's exploding in your mind. They're just like, we put love into this, so I hope it
Hope you
shows.
enjoy it. Right, yeah.
Which makes me excited to, like, I don't know, give it a try.
It's a little more relatable, yeah.
Mhm. Oh, Chad is saying that they removed the first 10 levels of this game?
Oh, really?
That's why
Yes.
there's a longer cutscene.
Greetings.
Greetings.
I am an angel.
I'm here now.
Destiny has led you here.
Okay.
Destiny has led you here.
The
Oh,
Witch
shit.
Queen is out next Tuesday. Would you like to
I love
pre-order
Mercy
digital
Overwatch.
deluxe?
Welcome to the edge of the world. Trixian.
Okay, we're on Trixian.
Yeah.
They got waterfalls in space?
And
Now follow
That's where they keep them
the path of the light.
when they're not using them.
follow the path of the light. Wow.
You can right click to move. This is just like League of Legends. As I said earlier,
So,
it's truly League.
Fūnk-é told us before this started that they had never played Diablo before. And they said, oh, yeah, I've never played Diablo. It looks a lot like League of Legends, though.
Again.
Uh-huh.
And I about died.
It's really
Try
funny.
Trying to work. All the skills are going to translate over, I swear.
Yeah, you
Okay,
just
so we-
you're already a pro.
Yeah, yeah. So we need to kill the demons. That's our objective here.
Yeah.
All right, I can do that. I can do a little demon slaying.
Yeah,
Oh
you're going to watch that show, right? You're going to watch the anime?
Yeah.
You have an anime for this as well?
Mm-mm. Demon Slayer. That was a dumb joke,
Oh.
but for me and Fūnk-é alone, because we both talked about how Fūnk-é had watched the first episode of the anime.
Now,
And stopped.
I mean,
Yes.
I think you should be a Bayonetta, but that's me.
The
It does-
Deadeye?
Yeah, the die.
It does say 3 types of guns. How many hands does your guy have?
2.
Interesting.
2.
Yeah, but 3
This
types
seems
of
like a lot of
firearms.
smashing my keyboard. Like,
Just it's you with a gun, like a bandolero, and like a million gun holsters on your body, just switching every few minutes. Yeah.
we gotta try it. We gotta try it.
Yeah, you can try them all if you want, and you get an opportunity to mess around with all the classes. Because yeah, people in the chat are saying they removed the first 10 levels of the game to reduce the grind. Normally, I assume that when this game first launched, you would play up to level 10, and then it would ask you to choose. I think it's a really weird way to do this, of like having you choose your advanced class before you've played the game.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like, do I even like the starting class? Like, do I like Gunner?
Wow, you're like John Wick.
Oh my god. I'm doing everything.
Yeah, it gives you so many powers right out of the gate too.
Wow, yeah,
Okay.
that's a
Oh,
lot.
this
Wow.
is some Devil May Cry shit.
Look at all these fucking countdown. Look at all these cooldowns you have to monitor.
Again, because this would normally be a level 10 character.
Right.
are-
Oh yeah. You're starting.
Oh, that was
with
just
kinda
one
hard.
gun.
Yeah, you
Which
got
I-
3 guns to choose from.
I guess is a way to handle that, because like in Path of Exile, you are using basically 2 spells for a long time.
Right. Yeah, it's just
Jeez.
Diablo. Yeah. Whoever's manning the account. It's basically Diablo, but it's online as well.
All right, I'm choosing this one.
Okay.
Let's do it, Jimmy Neutron.
Jimmy Neutron's got a gun.
Finally, I choose this destiny. We're going.
Oh, you didn't even try the others, or use them against monsters? Sorry, I looked away from the screen. I was about to tell you that you can practice on guys.
I saw it saying summon monster, summon boss. I was like, no,
No, we gotta
Just
just
do
get
it.
into this shit.
We know what Jimmy wants.
we do. I look like a pirate.
You look
do.
like
Sick.
you look kind of like a Bloodborne a little bit.
Yeah, like a hunter.
Yeah.
I see that. All right. I gotta leave heaven.
The path you've chosen.
This is definitely gonna take me out.
Oh yeah,
You will
yeah.
now
This
take
is
your
now. This is
first
the end of the
step
character
in
creator.
the quest for
Take
art.
me out.
The future of Arcasia is in your hands.
Swish Miles' cousin. Yep.
The light of the world must not fall to chaos.
So, Fūnk-é, after watching that whole animated cutscene, well... So here's the other thing about this game is it really wants to show you these character models close up
Huh?
in
Yeah.
these cutscenes.
Yeah. But are they good character models?
Some of them are better than others.
Yeah.
Some of them look
Whoa!
really bad.
Moving
There's this child! Get this child off my screen!
to meet old friends. After 500 years.
He's 500 years old?
I love that they just put Lalafels in this game.
I
Like,
know.
Yeah, let's just do it.
Lalafels with fucking Sun Wukong is here.
Uh-huh.
It's not an online game if Sun Wukong is not there.
True.
In Smite, in Warframe, in this game,
League of
in
Legends.
Dota, in League of Legends, every video game.
Trua, the Forgotten Land.
It's a forgotten ancient city.
Wow.
Now, how do you know that?
I remember. Y'all play MMOs on the regular. I actually am curious about that because I feel like I don't really play any games with long progression.
Right.
How do y'all like the grind? Because that's what like makes me bounce off of these things. How do you like deal with?
That's what I like the least about MMOs, actually. So it's like your class system either needs to be super forgiving, like Final Fantasy 14, and allows you to like jump to other classes like with very little friction. So that keeps your sense of progression kind of open. Even though all it really is doing is putting you on 20 different treadmills instead of one. But like it does make a difference. But also, if the world design and location design and encounters themselves are actually interesting, then your network seems to be slow.
Did we lose Fūnk-é? Did we lose?
I-
Did I lose connection with Fūnk-é?
I'm here.
Yeah, I mean,
well, I know you're.
I think it's
you're
just
here. Sorry.
I think it's just the parsec that's
Yeah,
messed
Parsec
up.
sick.
Oh snap! Do you want me to restart a link for you?
Yes. Let me switch to a different camera real quick, and then go ahead and I'm gonna disconnect from Parsec, and then I'll retry it again. I don't know why it's being like this. The internet here is fine. This was working fine before. Hello, Ramba. You do not need to be up here. It is not food time for you. You just probably ate already. No. No, cat.
Ooh, where's the cat cam? Also, I sent you the link.
I am the cat cam today. Oh.
The dog is over here. She's been staring at me for the past 10 minutes. And I think she wants to make another appearance.
Yeah, let's see the dog again.
Oh, hold on. Now she's running away. She can't fight what she
Yeah.
wants.
I love it when dogs are aloof like that.
Oh,
They're like
oh.
On the shoulder.
cat on the shoulder.
Ramba.
Yeah.
Get out of there. Ramba sees my window is open and wants to get behind my desk. Now this is interesting. I'm clicking on your Parsec link, Fūnk-é, and it's just spinning. I'm not able to. Your Parsec link will not open for me. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I can see. Yeah, on our cameras were frozen.
Yeah, all the cameras were frozen for a minute. You know, like all of Discord froze out for a second.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta make sure.
Oh, I think we're back.
Yeah, you're back. You're back, but you gotta make sure that Discord is in the foreground, or else it
Yeah, it'll freeze.
gets unbelievably sick.
It was
Yeah.
in the foreground. I think there was an internet hiccup here.
All right, well, bye.
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 Later.
Fūnk-é, can you send me no, let me try it one more time real quick. I think it is maybe the blizzard going on.
No.
Possibly Ramba. Hold on one sec. I got all kinds of things going on.
It's okay.
Oh, that door's closing. Yep. Oh,
Oh no!
my cat. Oh, the door
Uh-oh.
closed, Steven.
What?
It didn't. The
Nope.
door did not close.
The wind has audibly picked up over here. I will say that.
Are you good? Is everything?
We'll see. I'm still streaming. I don't think
The
she's
cat
left.
busted down the door again.
Bravo, what are you doing?
How strong is Rumba?
I'm fighting him. There. Oh my god.
It's like knock knock, motherfucker.
He's behind me, isn't he?
Oh boy.
Uh,
Okay, can you accept me? Wait. Attempt timed out.
Yes.
Okay.
Art thou in the Lost Ark?
I am. I think our cameras are still messed up because Nikki's in here now. I did not have a 5 camera setup.
I don't think Nikki's in the call anymore.
Yeah, they're gone now.
Oh, what? Is all the cameras frozen? All the cameras are still frozen on mine.
It's Morpheus. Oh, well, I can't talk to him.
Rough voyage, huh?
Yep, all the cameras froze. All of your cameras froze, but not mine. Wait, no, they didn't, because I can still see John just fine. What is happening?
Oh, Discord.
What?
It'll come in handy soon enough.
I got some gear.
Your inventory.
I don't know what's happening anymore. I'm scared.
have everyone leave and rejoin the call is what Nikki's saying.
I see, okay.
So is that what we should do?
Maybe.
All right.
I think we all need to leave at the same time and then rejoin.
At the same time.
At the same time.
Wait, at the same time?
At the same time to restart the instance of the call, perhaps.
Oh,
Fūnk-é? There you go.
all right.
Nope. Didn't fix shit.
Why is Nikki's?
Why is Nikki still in there? That doesn't make any sense.
Got a new gun.
Everything is broken all the time.
Can I roll?
Nikki's gonna sign out of Discord and see if that helps.
Maybe. But the thing is, I don't see Nikki in my Discord app right now.
I know, same.
For this job.
It doesn't make sense.
It might be just the source in Streamlabs that you need to reset.
Oh yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I gotta look for treasure? Choose, it just gave me one option. Alright. So there's a hidden treasure here, eh?
I love
Perhaps.
hidden treasure.
Alright, let's find this.
I'm resetting the source and nothing's happening.
Help me, adventurer.
Morpheus is sick.
Can you bring me some water?
What about creating a new source? Which is annoying, but it's like I don't know what else to do.
Yeah. Well, the thing I can do is just this. Watch this.
Watch this. Great.
Oh no.
Sweet water.
Well, water. So sweet water.
Thank you very much. Anything for you, Morpheus.
It doesn't. It doesn't explain why Kenneth and Fūnk-é have been frozen for the past 10 minutes. But
you
I'm
look fine.
I'm fine.
Nothing makes sense.
I mean, this is wild.
There's Fūnk-é's character right there.
It's just Fūnk-é fixing their hair in perpetuity, and Ken looking very concerned.
Oh my god.
Okay.
It is true. I am just perpetually concerned.
Nikki says you need to delete the sources. I'm sorry. I don't know what to do.
All right, you know what?
If you do properties and define a new one, it should work. That's what Lotus says.
Define properties. I've done that a couple times.
What's up, Gurkha?
Nikki says you need to delete the horses. What's up, Gurkha? Who knows?
Check the map as often as you can.
I'm opening the map.
Ooh. Let's go. Let's see that map.
It's starting.
Roll that
It'll
beautiful
tell you
map.
where the arc is.
But there was nothing.
It just tells you right away.
Okay. I think that was the prologue.
Captain, trolls in the camp.
Trolls in
There.
the camp?
There's Fūnk-é.
Not again.
Oh, I'm here. Hey.
Hello.
What's up, internet?
Like you never left.
I'm not an image anymore.
Nothing weird happened.
Grab your weapons. Let's kill some trolls.
Yeah, let's kill some trolls. Why?
Move quickly. Defend the camp.
Well, yeah. Why are you fighting these guys? Why are they? Are you in their territory?
Seems like it. Seems like we're just here.
This is as far as I got into the video game. By the way.
Wipe them all out.
Where'd all these trolls come from?
They're in the camp.
Yeah, we just arrived here.
Kenneth, you are so quiet. What's up?
Oh, just, I'm vibing. I'm here to learn about this arc that's been lost and try and get my dog to stop staring at me like she wants something when she clearly doesn't.
Yeah, the enemies are turning into just hearts and gore very quickly.
Oh, Kingdom Hearts! Like, this game's just like this weird amalgamation of all these other things.
Yeah, the first video game to have hearts was Kingdom Hearts.
Mm-hmm.
What a waste of
The King of Hearts, if you think about it.
So what games have they pulled from so far? Jimmy Neutron, Dexter's Lab,
Bloodborne.
Bloodborne, Kingdom Hearts,
Sure. Of course.
Overwatch.
Overwatch. Yep, Overwatch first game with guns in it.
Quite terrifying.
And also Mercy from earlier.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
You are quite terrifying. Please lower your weapon.
Jack Sparrow.
Yes, I'll help you.
Hey, let someone else tend
So,
to the priest.
Fūnk-é, with
We should
like
be
looking at your list of abilities right now,
Yeah.
what does any one of them do?
They all make things explode and make me do a flip at the same time.
That's
So
awesome.
I was gonna see
I like
if you
it.
could, without using those powers, tell me what any of your powers do.
okay,
What does S do? Without looking.
I think S makes me jump and kick bullets at people.
All right, let's
try.
find out.
Wow, you got them in your shoes too?
Wait, I jumped and then I shot
Add
while I
Bayonetta
was
to the
jumping.
list. Okay.
So kind of close.
What does
A-
W do?
Oh, W, that's bombs. That's gotta be bombs. Throwing a grenade. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
R is an AoE.
Sure.
Kind of. This is an orb. I don't know
it's
why I
like
have
a-
this.
It's a
It's a plasma bullet.
plasma bullet, but there's a word for that in like video games. Like it's a space creator. It's a zoning weapon.
It's a spacer, yeah.
Yeah.
This one I just throw my gun and it spins and shoots.
That seems so dangerous for your gun to be able to do that. Seems really dangerous.
I like. Does your gun come back to you, or do you just spawn a new gun afterwards? You're like, well, that one's gone now.
Looks like you spawn a new gun, and also I love how that specific gun only has the range of about 2 feet. It looks like.
It's a little gun, just a small
little
one.
gun. It's just a little one.
You should be able to shoot yourself with it. It should be if you walk too close to it, it should damage you.
That would be really funny.
All right, I have to check on the camp.
Okay.
True roster rec. Have you fought a single enemy yet?
Yeah, I just killed so many trolls.
Oh wow, I must have been in a different window. I'm so sorry.
Oh no, it's
believe you.
okay. They're all gone now.
Okay.
But now I'm healing the damage that the trolls did
Okay.
How are you healing it?
by crouching, and people are saying thank you to me now. So
Oh,
Also,
yeah.
the trolls live here. You came here.
I know. I don't really get it. And why is this guy a wizard?
so you're kind of saying that that the lost art people have colonized the trolls area.
I mean, it is an Amazon game.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm at full HP.
Oh, you can skip prologue.
Important, but making it out alive is what truly matters.
They really just want you to skip the beginning of this game, don't they?
They do, but I feel like I might be super confused.
Alive is what truly matters. Make good use of that potion.
Actually, I do want to fight some more.
Fight.
Adam Avera says your sacred relics belong in a museum. It's appropriate for reasons you don't know yet,
Yeah,
but you will.
You will.
I might be confused, but also they are just
Skip all
saying
dialogue.
basic things to me right now.
Yeah, all they're not saying like here's how video game works. They're saying like my hut needs to be fixed. Hold the spacebar on it until it's fixed, and then you can progress with the story.
Is this how MMOs are usually like?
A lot of MMOs do.
Yeah.
Well, most MMO. So I take umbrage with calling this an MMO. Honestly.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Really?
I think that the Overton window shifted on what we allow to be called an MMO at a certain point. In my head, MMOs are World of Warcraft and EverQuest. It is you are out in a big open world and there's like thousands of people in the same spot just running around doing their stuff.
Who's that?
Games like this are like you are playing a single player game that you can play co-op sometimes, and there are a couple of people in the hub towns.
Yeah.
And that's what MMOs tend to mean to a lot of people now, or that's how a lot of people use the term MMOs, and I don't like it.
Why?
I don't like it.
Because I'm an old bitch who doesn't want people to fucking say the wrong words anymore. Because that's not what an MMO is.
Oh my
MMO
god,
stands
what the fuck? They're jumping the praise.
Oh shit.
Sorry.
How's that going to work for them?
I
Not
don't
well.
know, they're dying.
Whoa!
Oh, whoa.
Watch out, Priest. Let me kill all these exact same guy for you.
Monster kill.
You just fucking turned those quintuplets into jelly.
Yeah.
They're-
We're making
my
marmalade,
God.
baby. Let's go.
Armin, are you okay?
Are you headed to Brideholm?
So MMO stands for massively multiplayer online game.
Yeah. Is this not massive in multiplayer and online?
Not to me, damn it.
So what would you call it, Steven?
I would call it an online multiplayer game, like an online cooperative multiplayer game.
A co-op ARPG?
A co-op RPG, yeah.
Co-op ARPG. Now, can a lot of people play it?
Believe the arc is
A lot of people can play Tetris, John.
Can a lot of people play it at once?
They can play it at once, but they can't play together at once. Not all of them.
How many can play at once?
Like 16 or something,
Oh, okay.
as far as I know.
So you would call it kind of big multiplayer online RPG.
Somebody in the chat says moderately massive online
Yeah,
ongoing
that
game, which
makes
I think is
sense.
funny.
Yeah.
SMO. RPG. Holy shit!
Jesus!
Whoa!
What?
Like, these
No!
cutscenes are fire though.
My stream is like a few seconds behind y'all, so like you guys have this huge like reaction to something, and I'm just kind of like, okay.
Well, I mean, I
Nothing's
saw,
happening right.
I saw the. Well, okay.
The character's
Well,
on fire.
I mean, you
Your horse-
can theoretically join into Fūnk-é's Parsec.
why did the?
Ooh.
I
Oh.
also just gave y'all a good stream on Discord if you want.
Yeah,
to
and
check
it just
that.
and it in Fūnk-é, it just fucked up all the windows on
It
the
did.
thing.
Let me take that away.
No, everybody else can jump into Fūnk-é's Parsec and watch live that way.
That's true.
I'll send the link
Oh no. They
in
followed me all the
the
way here.
chat. 1 second, y'all.
I forgot that's how you do this in Parsec. Listen, we're all Kenneth and I especially are babies to this kind of thing.
We're living and
Here
learning.
comes more.
It's fine.
There's more?
That's why I've been running this show, is to introduce all of you to new things. Oh my god!
What?
If you could accept me, okay.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, they're not busy or anything.
There's sorry, so many assassins.
Observation for a second.
Oh wow, God, you're making jelly out of so many fools. Hey,
Yeah.
Brian, Chef Lubu's in chat. Brian, how many fools does it take to make like one jar of jam? Do you think?
Oh,
Okay, there we go.
Are you not hurt?
They also
This is
say,
perfect.
this is the bizarre love child of the late 90s PC RPG Septerra Core and seminal martial arts MMO Black Desert Online,
Desert,
which is very true. And also, I've not heard the words Septerra Core in 20 years.
Did they just say the Lost Ark is in the cathedral?
Oh, they found it.
It's right there. It's right
Idiots.
there.
They wanted you to skip so much of this game that they got you right to the end. There we go.
We're at the end game, y'all.
We're at the end game. It's found
Connection
our.
keeps timing out.
Ooh, let me know if you need me to like re-accept or something.
Yeah, sending now.
I heard he's healing folks.
All the other priests.
I heard he's healing
There we go.
folks.
Damn, sorry.
You could just shoot in the middle of this town.
I don't
God.
mean to.
Fūnk-é, I keep forgetting that your character is Jimmy Neutron. It's so funny.
Yeah, he's learned a lot in his years. Excuse me, I need to go talk to my friend, the priest. Jeez, what's everyone in my...
The pain is on. Thank you so much.
I guess I have to watch this?
By the gods. Banner's wounds have
He's magic.
Oh, so there's magic in this world.
It seems like magic is real?
Can you imagine if you like had just like watched 37 people be killed and like by one single like energy orb, and somebody's like, magic is real? Like, somebody didn't know that was a thing people could just do.
so. Then we have much to discuss.
They seem pretty chill about you doing it in the middle of the church, though.
They're fine. This is God's
The
plan.
tablet?
Indeed. This tablet contains all we know of the
I think our connection's gotten worse since I started doing the parsec, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
bounce out.
Same. Yeah.
It's gonna split Fūnk-é's bandwidth.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's
Ooh.
fine. This is totally fine.
Such a large portion. I wonder
Okay,
what
so
happened.
most of the arc is here, it seems like.
Tablet was
Oh, this is the lost arc. Actually, that's false advertising. It's a lost piece of an arc.
I think it went missing during the
They're a handful of unskippable cutscenes. Got you. We skipped a bunch though. I'm down to learn now. What's up?
No one really knows how the portion of the stone tablet disappeared.
They don't know what happened. Okay. Guess we go to a bar now. Yeah, I don't really get into the groove of dailies, and I feel like these games have a lot of those. Like,
Yeah.
daily chores for you to do. Oh, so many menus.
I feel like Final Fantasy is really good about that stuff because their daily stuff is just you get bonuses for doing dailies and not necessarily like you're really locked into, you have to be doing daily stuff if you want to be doing anything at all.
Right.
Whoa! What was that person?
Oh my god.
They were like surfing.
That's like a Jimmy. That's a Jimmy Neutron thing that you need. You need a Jimmy Neutron surfing rocket thing.
I do. I think everyone's getting horses from this guy.
Oh.
Here, take one of these horses. Yep.
They didn't think I was worth giving voiced over dialogue to.
Here, take a horse. Ooh, which kind? Let's get this one. Matches the leather.
Yeah, that's what Jimmy would want. Now how do you ride it?
By using the mount inventory. Uh-huh. You can mount even quicker when you register to a quick slot. All right. M for mount, for map. M for map.
M is for map.
Yeah, Remore Voxes, prepare to be bombarded with UI notifications. Press H for horse.
H? No.
Oh, well, that was a joke from Lazarus Handshake. Thank you so much.
Dial H for
hero?
For horse.
Oh, y'all, it's Alt V. Who would have thought?
Oh, if you mouse over it, it shows you.
All right, ride.
No, is everybody picking the brown horse? No, because that person has got a black horse. Oh, those are NPCs. That just happen to look exactly the same.
Is this not a person? I think this is a person.
That's a person, but I mean the horses that kept riding past you over and over again.
Oh, I think those were character. Oh no, those are NPCs.
That's what I'm saying.
They're knights. I'm following them.
All gods, please watch over. I need more images.
Well, this place looks nice, though.
Yeah.
Let's see.
It's nice that you can just clip through basically everything, you know.
The fanbite account in the thing just pointed this out, but like if you look at the chat right now, it is nothing but gold farming spam.
What are they doing? You said there was an issue with gold farming.
Oh my god! Yeah. Oh my god.
Fūnk-é, you wouldn't know about this if you don't play a lot of MMOs, but MMOs often have
I'm sorry. Are we back to calling this an MMO, Steven?
Oh.
Or back to, I thought we were calling this an MMO.
What were you saying, Steven?
Don't go, Steven. Don't go. No.
Damn.
Wow.
We lost a good one.
We lost a good one.
Ramba's gonna knock down the door and then start screaming.
Ramba's gonna come back.
Okay, someone is gonna take up the mantle.
Ramba will be like, yes, they are MMOs. You've been right the whole time. Wow, Steven's been gone doing this bit for longer than I expected.
They're gone. I don't want to do this. I thought this was the main quest.
At this point. They're busy. They're otherwise preoccupied now.
They're making a sandwich. Did you just knock? Did Steven just knock on their own door to come in? Hello, Steven. Anyway, please explain MMOs to Fūnk-é. That was gonna be a good story.
You sure?
Yeah.
So in MMOs, Fūnk-é, and other online games that purport to be an MMO, perhaps, people will do things like create bots or pay people inordinately small amounts of money to farm in-game currency.
Stone tablet in the cathedral?
And then they will go into the chat, like global chat in the game that shows up to all players, and just type also use bots to like post, hey, message me and give me $10 and I'll give you 1,000 gold or whatever.
Right.
10 real dollars and then they'll give you 1,000 gold in game.
Yes.
Yes.
And that's usually against the terms of service of the video game, but it doesn't stop people from doing it and just building new fake accounts, especially in free-to-play games like this.
So I guess you can't. There's no way to purchase gold inside this game. You can just earn it by like selling things.
Or fighting monsters or something like that. I wouldn't be surprised if you went into the in-game store and paid real money to Lost Ark, or Smilegate, I guess, that they would probably be happy to give you 1,000 gold for $10.
Engraved with something about the Ark, right?
Yeah, probably. I don't know. I actually haven't heard how the microtransaction biz for this game is, because it's totally free to play, right?
Yeah.
Yes. It's free to play, but there are microtransactions and founders packs.
I read a review and it was saying that the main pay to win stuff is like only at your home stuff, like when you're building your estate for your guild.
You're an adventurer
But
looking for
the rest of it seems to be completely free, which is pretty cool.
Okay. Lupu does have a question in the chat.
Yeah.
Non-Lost Ark question.
Huh.
What do y'all think about Walton Goggins being cast as the lead in the Amazon Fallout TV show?
Those are a lot of words in a row that like I don't think I had any sort of awareness of.
Me neither.
I knew about the Disco Elysium Amazon show and the Life is Strange Amazon show. I don't think I got Walton Goggins in a Fallout show. I like Walton Goggins.
Yeah.
But
somebody else doing the Fallout show at one point.
Probably.
Yeah, a lot of those franchises. And Gore Verbinski, they're doing that BioShock movie now in the next 2 years or whatever. But Gore Verbinski was supposed to do that 20 years ago.
Yeah.
The association
20 years ago.
Probably not that
like
far. Yeah.
Feels like it.
Probably 10 years ago, I suppose.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's been 15 years since the first BioShock came out?
14, yeah. I think it came out.
MMOs be like, go talk to this guy over here.
Yeah.
Now go talk to that guy.
Yeah. Okay, if you don't like that, I don't think you're gonna like MMOs. I mean, like, even Final Fantasy 14, regarded as one of the games that like does less of this bullshit, still does a lot of this bullshit.
In the early hours, for sure.
Especially in the first vanilla stuff. Yeah.
It was so bad that they took a bunch of it out.
Yeah. Yes.
Seems to be a trend for the genre.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I guess it sounds like they also took a bunch of it out in here too, and there's still a bunch.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but we've been streaming this one for about an hour. Do we want to switch it up?
Let's switch it up real quick. Let's see how my internet continues to hold here as I look outside and see like a pine tree bending over backwards.
Oh, Steven, I hope everything's okay.
It's so funny because it's such a clear day out, but the wind is terrible right now.
Yeah, we had really bad wind here a few days ago. I opened my back door to let the dogs out the next morning, and all of our furniture is just blown over.
Who do we want to go to? It's appropriate that you mentioned letting the dogs out, John, because who do we want to go next? Fūnk-é or Kenneth? How about you? Are you ready?
Okay, I hope so.
Okay.
Based on I've never done this before, so we're gonna find out.
No, none of us have. Well, I've done this before.
Yeah, okay. What a lie, Steven. None of us have.
Here
AJ, what's up, by the way?
Can I kick it to me in Slack?
Oh, right.
What's up, Jay?
I'm gonna get some water. Be right back.
Okay.
To answer that question, I like Walton Goggins a lot, and he actually seems like a perfectly fine fit for a Fallout franchise.
Yeah.
My question would be more, how are they going to be handling the Fallout franchise in general? How seriously are they taking that?
Right.
Because too seriously, I think, would be bad. But they probably
will. Yeah. Well, yeah, probably. I mean, I think if they don't get some of that satire in there, I think either direction it's too thick. It's like too serious or too satirical. It's not great.
Yeah. Amazon does love its like The Boys and stuff, though, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, Fūnk-é says I wish they West Coast it. Yeah, I mean that's obviously where Vegas and some of the older stuff took place, and I think that would be fun.
New California Republic.
Yeah, but I would also be curious about like other parts of the states that we haven't totally explored. But yeah, I would definitely not East Coast it again. Have Tony Shalhoub as that dude he was in Fallout 1. That would be funny.
Yeah, there's like a lot of weirdly actors who went on to be big in various ways are in the original Fallout games. Like Ron Perlman, obviously.
Right.
Richard Dean Anderson is like a sheriff in the first game.
Yeah. Tony
Shalhoub.
Yeah. We got ourselves a cyberpunk, it appears.
This is what I'm told.
Yeah.
We good?
Yeah, looks good to
Should
me.
be.
Yeah, you should,
Alright, cool.
You should go on.
Making sure I load the right save because I wanted to make sure it was before any of the nudity in the beginning. So I've not played. This is the PS5 version. I have not played through anything properly.
Great to have you back.
So we're gonna see how how it works under pressure.
Night City called Kudera or the Whale. Apparently,
Good morning, Night City.
So they.
Oh, you're
they
early.
Get out of here.
Oh, you're early. Oh, you just did your stuff.
I was like, again, I was gonna do the character creation, but we didn't need a dick on stream.
Yeah,
Right.
can't do the donker.
Cutting my wires now. See
We're
you in
gonna
the
fix
future.
that. Don't worry.
Listen, Mano, I got this thing. Mind if I borrow your wheel?
This right away looks so much closer to a good spec PC than the PS4 version. Yeah.
Oh yes, you are playing on a PlayStation 5 right now, right?
Yes. And yeah, it definitely like just broadly looks more dynamic and less flat visually.
The lighting is immediately noticeable as something as like I would say a massive improvement actually.
Yeah.
Having played this for about 10 hours on a PS4 Pro, way back about a year ago, yeah, this looks so much better.
Oh, and they also do. I mean, it comes out of that little speaker right there on the DualSense.
Oh. I was wondering. That sounded a little funny, but now I get why now.
That's kind of
Cyberpunk.
He's alive and well. That's what we agree, isn't it?
Can you do me a favor, Kenneth?
Yep.
Go to your menu and turn on subtitles.
Oh yeah.
Question from the chat: is the writing the same still? Yeah. Yeah, they didn't. I don't think they changed any of that.
I guess home is the only place you wish to be now.
It says cinematic subtitles. There it is.
Has surrounded Watson.
Did it need to be any bigger?
No, I think that's fine.
To make it past the cordon, you must move fast.
And are those posters still in the game? I believe they are. Yeah.
They are.
Yeah, I don't think they've really changed much of the content other than most of what they've been focused on fixing at this point has been like just making things feel less like shit.
Making it work, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The driving, I know, is something that they've talked a lot about how, because previously the cars just turned on like their center axis. Like they didn't turn, the wheels of the car did not actually dictate where the car was turning. The game would just detect, okay, you're turning left now, and then it would just like basically move the whole car left or right.
Right.
On a pivot. I think they've changed that, so it should feel more natural now.
Luckily, Jackie, being the gentleman that he is going to drive for me, so we don't have to test that out, and I don't have to crash on the stream.
Oh,
into the wall.
Oh, nice. Is this a new save?
Yeah, this is. I had to hold on. Let me make sure. Okay, I turned the music off, but that is licensed music that's playing. Car radio volume.
Car radio volume. Yeah. Yeah. Also, this game is full of licensed music still. So.
Yeah, it's gone now. Yeah, I started a new save last night in preparation for this, and I don't know how Mass Effect 2 made it where you can import your save, like your character's face, like through a code over a decade ago, and every RPG in the world is not already doing that. Because I had to go like painstakingly try and recreate my character.
Right.
Because there was no other way for me to do it. And like you can go like in the new update they've added where you can go change your appearance. So I was able to get some things for reference, but like you can't change like the baseline structure of how your character's face looks.
Right.
You can really change your hair and makeup. That's about it. So it's like a half measure.
Right. Is it just me or?
Yeah, Divinity Original Sin, I'm kind of spoiled on, like, there's, like, The Witcher and Divinity, and a bunch of games have, like, cross-save just across Switch to PC, and it's just like, if they can make this work with a Switch, I don't know.
Right.
Obviously, this game's got a lot of problems.
Can't keep her steady.
But you like this game, right, Kenneth?
I have a love-hate relationship with this game. I think the way I described it to people for like the past year is that like I broadly did not enjoy playing this game, and if you like even go read the stuff I was writing about it at the time, that is true. But I've had multiple instances over the past year or so where I'll think about the game and stare at a wall for an hour, just like thinking about the things that I like really got into. Because I think overall, like by the time it's said and done, I think the story of this game is actually really, the mainline story is actually pretty solid in this game. I do like a significant amount of the characters, even though like another, almost equally amount of the characters I think are just kind of weird, set dressing, awful stereotypes. So yeah, it's one of those 6 out of 10s that just like really sticks with you. For
Sure.
Me.
Yeah, I would just say I have like a complex relationship with this game. I think that's how I would describe it. Like I think when I played it on PC, for 10 to 15 hours last year after I had played it on PS4 and really didn't like it. I did get far enough that I was like, there's some stuff here I do enjoy, and I do like. I compare these games to the Bethesdas. I really do. Like I think these feel so much more like Bethesda games. This feels like a Bethesda game more than Witcher 3 does. And that's like for better or worse. Like for better, you get more of kind of an immersion kind of thing, but for worse, you get like a lot of jankiness, a lot of a lot of writing and quest design that isn't very good, that makes the stuff that is good stand out a lot more. And yeah, I don't know. Complex game.
I mean, it was interesting for me because I don't like any of the Bethesda games really. And it's not even just like the jankiness and all that stuff, but I just generally did not like the way that game felt so modular and how you exist in that world, that nothing felt really, really crafted in the same way that like something like along lines like a BioWare game or something.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Is. And so I think that's where it was a weird thing, because like it does. I think Cyberpunk, for all its flaws, does have a lot more of that like really character-focused writing and world building that sticks with me in the long run. Because I got to the point where like this update was coming, and like just the thought of DLC, I was like, why am I excited about that? Didn't I not like this game? And then I'm like, oh, maybe it was more complicated than that.
Yeah.
I don't know why I felt the same way as you, Kenneth. Like, been thinking about this game just randomly and being like, damn, that one scene was actually pretty cool. And like, I'm thinking about it in a way that I don't think about other games that I've played in the past year. It's weird, but I don't know how excited I am about the DLC because I kind of loved how broken it was, especially playing on launch. Like, that was my most fun with the game, like just seeing shit not load in and seeing like I don't know, every single glitch was really fun. But yeah, the story beats later on are not bad, but it's like it's also a thing that I wouldn't want to recommend to people because like there's so much of it that is just so boring or corny.
Right.
But PJ Whitty, just to reiterate, we are playing on this is Kenneth playing on the PlayStation 5 version, the new next gen, current gen release that they just put out yesterday, 2 days ago.
Tuesday, I think.
Tuesday, 3 days ago.
Tuesday, and this is 1.5 patch where they dropped a bunch of game updates as well as the next gen stuff. Yeah.
I mean, one of the like in terms of like the technical performance, when I played it, I was playing the PS4 version on PS5, so what I ended up having mostly a problem with, I didn't have a lot of problems with things like not loading or T-posing or any of that shit. It was just the game crashed multiple times, just like in one section, and that is kind of what I'm most interested to see if they've been able to fix over the past year, because like I can, even if I don't care for like shit like Bethesda games, like the jankiness of that game's really been the problem for me. So I mean, about an hour roughly into this playthrough and no issues yet. Although, and I won't like spoil or anything, but I was hopping around some saves last night, and there's the ending that I like canonically go with in this game is broken, and it happens repeatedly every time I've done it, where anytime that you do like one of these dialogue options that's an action, the entire environment goes away. And then so like I turned over in the bed, it was all gone until like my character was settled in like where I was gonna have another option or dialogue choice, and then it would stay there and it'd be normal. I picked the next option, and then he'd move again, and then it would all go away. And yeah, I reloaded 4 times, and it happened every time. So that's a very specific thing that they can probably, hopefully, identify and fix.
Yeah. That would be good.
Yeah, it does look better. I will say that though. Like, you know, for it seems like it's still not fixed, but it like this for a console version of this game, it looks like there is finally a console version of this game. As opposed to what it was before, which was a complete mess.
Mm-hmm. Kenneth, you're making me want to re-download this game.
I mean, what did you play it on?
PC.
No, okay, so like, I mean, it's still got like some of these new content updates. Let me see if I can actually access it while I'm here. Although I don't know if I got the money for it.
Yeah, I
remember
there's stuff in the new version that like crowd AI and driving AI that is apparently better across the board, except on the old console versions. They didn't bother with that, which is funny.
Oh, I can't do it. Well, you can do stuff like customize your apartment and stuff like that,
right?
Which is neat.
You can buy new apartments. Is that right?
Yeah, they're like throughout the city, and then you can also change your appearance, which I won't fuck with. But like, it's limited in terms of because like it doesn't let you, again, like it doesn't let you change like the structure of your face or anything like that. But like, oh, I'm sorry. I forgot about that. My bad. Yeah. So like,
I knew that was gonna happen too.
I completely fucking like. I was like so careful. I was like, I'm not gonna go to the character creator, and we won't see that. And I was like, oh right, you can scroll down and change your fucking feud. So of course we're gonna see it. Anyway.
Would it be sending some emails to Twitch?
Twitch doesn't care. This game's got too much money behind it. It's fine if you're rich.
I can't imagine that people have not done that, at least by accident.
God, of course, okay. Yeah,
let's go to bed. We need to sleep.
Let's go to bed.
No, this is fine. We just need to make it work in the fiction. It's really cool that you were wearing like flesh-colored pants there.
Yes,
like it's got that flesh-colored pants with an elephant on the front. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, the fashion in Night City is just wild.
Amazing.
I love this crazy future.
Avant-garde.
I will say I don't need to relitigate my problems with this game.
Right.
But I'm curious if they have fixed any of the stuff that I was actually the most disappointed with Cyberpunk. And maybe you would know better, Kenneth, because it sounds like you are more up to date with this game. My thing with like that was always the most disappointing to me about this game was that there was just like all of the stuff that they promised about like systemic interaction and like the getting into fun trouble just seemed like it was not actually true. The idea that like police would be, you know, we split into weird factions and some would take bribes and they would just come at you and be corrupt, and it was just like, oh, actually no, the cops are just set dressing and they just spawn in behind you inside of an elevator.
Right.
And like the all that stuff, like, or for me, one of the things that just immediately destroyed a lot of my like hopes for how much like your choices and stuff in this game matter is like they start the game off with like you choose Corpo, Raider, or whatever, the person who lives on the outside, and the other one, the Street Samurai or whatever.
Yeah.
Street Kid.
And
as
far as
well, early on in the game, there's a part where like a lady shows up and she's like, "I'm gonna kill you if you don't tell me what I want to hear," and like it was like because I've been in the corp, I can use a corporate option to you know, talk her down and she'll leave me alone. And then I talked to everybody else who played the game who picked the other things, and it's like, oh, literally every one of those gets you out of that situation.
Place.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nothing changes whatsoever except like one line of dialogue.
Right, and like in my experience, a lot of that is just kind of like almost like role playing, like, you know, how much you want to lean into your character's background in terms of, but like in terms of like actually having those be like solutions that you can have this, you know, another origin stories than have. I don't think there's any of that really, because I feel like the game is kind of trying to like live in the middle of like a Grand Theft Auto game and an RPG, like a, you know, where you're making decisions that matter, but like in terms of how it affects the world beyond that, it's just kind of, you know, it doesn't have that same impact.
Yeah. We have an Eric Van Allen in the chat.
Oh, I know that guy.
Normandy FM's Eric Van Allen?
Yeah, Normandy FM's gonna have a Cyberpunk 2077 season this year.
Wow.
Jeez.
where we're gonna have to play through the whole thing again. Yeah, I mean, it's been a long time since I played a game for that show that I haven't liked. You know, Dragon Age Origins was probably the last time I did not like the game I was playing.
Yeah. Yeah, it has been a while. It's true.
Saying you don't like Dragon Age Origins?
No, I think the game's garbage.
Weird that you don't like the best Dragon Age.
Well, you want to know something about me, Steven? I don't like almost any Dragon Age after doing the Omnia thing.
I see.
I think actually a lot of that series is kind of bad, and the way that people defend some of the things that series does kind of weird to me.
Dang.
Dragon Age Origins, worst game, definitely.
I mean, listen, you know, our friend Natalie Flores just loves the war criminals.
Yeah, she just loves eggs, so she's only in there for one.
Badass black Jesus of the afterlife. 300 pounds of partly gold.
Yeah, no, the writing's so bad in this game, huh?
I had no idea what he was saying to me.
Yeah.
Street kid.
Street kid. We have a hydrate.
Oh,
I'll hydrate.
Yep.
I drank all my water.
I shall as
A lot
well.
of bodies lying in the streets, but then the shooting stopped. Yeah, Dex got
I have a
lucky.
bottle of water in the other room, but I save my exits for fun goofs.
Took a while.
Ah, that's good. Yeah.
He's made one hell of a comeback.
You don't have to keep it so far away from you.
I had a bottle of water in here, but I should have brought in the other one earlier.
X needs friends, needs us. We can use them.
Amen, este.
This is it, Jackie. Our big break.
So what's the gig? We meant to come out and beat.
Our Lord and Savior wants to tell you everything himself.
What if y'all turn on your cameras on Monday and I just have Jackie's haircut? Exactly. There's no...
John, do you have enough hair to do that? Like at the moment? Like is it long enough to do that?
I mean, not the little knot in the back, but I could probably do the other stuff.
You can do the front.
Let's hear what old Dex has to say.
Just a
You
little
might
square
need to
in there.
draw on the weird hexagons on your face first.
No, just the hair. I mean, I'm not gonna do the hexagons.
No,
on
I'm
the
saying
face.
I don't think it works without the hexagons.
Oh, it doesn't work with. I see what you're saying. Okay, sure. And the Biore strip on his nose.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No.
Wow.
Always the same story.
I think that's another one of my issues with like this game's world and its writing specifically is like the drawn on lines on people and people walking with like gold-plated robot arms, and it's just like, for all its faults, Deus Ex, the new Deus Ex games did a good job of establishing like why people in this world have to have cybernetics and why it sucks.
Like actual context of what it is, what it does, and why. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So the only instance I like over the course of the game that I've seen that works is on characters that are like older, and you notice like the places that they have a lot of these things, and like, oh, that makes they're like if they're trying to keep their body from aging, and I want like things to look intact. Like that is one that worked for me. But in terms of like actually talking about that in any meaningful way, the game never really does. Or at least in the scene or the quest that I've done.
Yeah.
And it just feels to me like it can't decide if it wants to go all the way into like, this is a serious, dangerous world where your choices could just get you completely fucked by the corporations and stuff like that. But it can't do that because at the end of the day, it's just a normal video game where if you die, you restart at a checkpoint, or your last save. And it can't decide if it wants to be that. It can't decide if it wants to be that or if it just wants to be full-on whole hog 80s throwback goofy Total Recall cyberpunk.
The only time that it escapes that feeling is when you leave, like get out of Night City and go to the what are they called?
Right.
Badlands,
the Badlands, I think.
With Pan Am, because that actually feels real. Like they're actually they don't really do all those zingers and have all the neon jokes.
You really are bad at this, Kenneth.
I know.
It's just characters talking to each other. It's really good.
Kenneth!
Why did we have to drive? That was a walking distance, Jackie. Also in my defense, I can't see for shit right now. Okay, we're getting out. I'm getting out.
Yeah, Fūnk-é, I've heard that Pan Am is like the real good stuff in that game. All that Badlands stuff is supposed to be like some of the best.
Yeah, I think the four like romance characters are the best fleshed out, and like it doesn't get caught up in all the bullshit of this game.
And they've done a lot of work with them.
So that it's just annoying,
right? Like that's one of the things they changed is the romance subplots are all there's more stuff going on there now.
Yeah, it's mainly through like text conversations because I just assume that's like budget-wise the easiest thing to add.
It's good to see you.
I mean, they're good. Like for what they are pretty good. What I've seen so far.
Oh wow.
I like Victor too. Victor Vector is of the characters I've met in Cyberpunk still probably my favorite character.
I think I might have gotten spiked.
Experiencing migraines, nausea, hypersensitivity to bright lights.
Whole kit and caboodle.
I like that. I like this character. I like him and Misty because they are just like normal people, kind of doing their best. Yeah.
Right.
Like actually just helping people in this world, and I think one of my I am just relitigating all this stuff I've said a million times, but
finally
they feel like they are written in such a way that feels appropriate to the promises that Cyberpunk or that CD Projekt Red made about like the nature of this world, because they feel like they are people who are trying to help people in a world that doesn't care, but nothing about the game itself feels like a world that doesn't care.
Quit crying.
Like it doesn't. There's no sense of danger, but especially as you get farther in and you just like blow people's heads up with a thought.
It's the danger is played for laughs for most of it.
Nextlander is raiding. Hello, thank you, Nextlander.
Thank you, Nextlander. What's up?
Hey, thanks.
Bonjour.
Welcome to the Blizzard stream.
Yeah. Well. not that kind of blizzard, Steven.
Nope, it's a blizzard outside of my house right now that is interfering with the streams a teeny bit. But
yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say we are currently playing the PlayStation 5 version of Cyberpunk. Kenneth is in the driver's seat at the moment.
Oh, don't tell me that I'm in the driver's seat. Use any other phrase.
You'll panic. You'll panic.
Kenneth just got done driving.
Welcome to the stream. Yeah, we're checking out 1.5. This is on a PS5, like Steven said. Looks good, looks better. I mean, like the bar was pretty low, but it does look a lot better than it did.
Yeah.
I don't remember this interface. I don't remember what this part is for. What am I doing?
This is August, right?
Did they add this? Is this new?
No, that's what they have.
I think this has been here.
You need to get like new eye implants, right? That's the story, like tutorializing for this.
I thought it was the hand.
Hand. This is ocular one item available, so I assume.
Yeah, I think that one's flashing.
Okay. Is it? Oh yeah, ocular.
That's.
Okay. Yeah, you're right, Steven. I don't know what I'm thinking. Yeah, you have to have the weird eye to go.
Yep.
Mark 1, like I said, decent enough scanner. Displays data on your
also, Victor Vector, good name for a character.
It is a good name for a character.
Why are you crying to me?
Any surveillance cam
you outside?
Your faces
yes.
Is that Lily?
Your body will still show up as crystal clear.
We must let the dog outside.
That's not the door. That's not what the door is.
This should do the trick.
We've been fighting the animals for an hour and a half at this point.
Ramba forced his way. Ramba, my cat, forced his way into the office with me a couple times.
We have a bev check as well. I'm on a Topo Chico. I'm on a steady Topo Chico diet.
I had water.
More sounds coming through the DualSense.
Got that H2O.
Just like that.
I had a large mocha earlier.
So is this a video game yet? Says Super Hypercat in the chat. It's a really good question. I mean, it's closer to the PC version of the game.
Same as always.
So yeah.
Adam
Adam wins again. This game was so disappointing. We were just talking about this, and yet I put like 80 hours into it. I have very little appetite for open world games. Yeah, Ken and I were just talking about the same thing. It's like I don't know if I would say I like this game a whole lot, but I've played a lot of it over the past year.
Okay, let's test this. See the magic in action. Linking you in.
I think to answer the question of like, is it a video game again, or
you might.
I think
discomforted first.
Even with all the updates, it's not like if you did not like the game like structurally, like what was actually underneath the hood. I don't think it's going to change anything, and I think short of like sweeping changes that would make it basically into a different thing, that's going to change.
How's it look?
But it is at least more functional. It seems we like in the time that we spent on the stream, I would have crashed once or twice.
Right.
Yeah.
On the PS4 version, and we have not.
Oh, beautiful. Time for the scanner.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, even just the character models. Like, I remember early footage of. I played the PC version, but I watched a lot of footage of that PS4 version at the time, and like the character models were just like PlayStation 2 characters.
Yeah.
They were made of Play-Doh, and these look normal. These look like people.
Yeah, Soft Headline says, IMO and the cybernetics in this game are wildly tame. Why can't I get the fucked up Maelstrom bits in me? Yeah, like, when this game was first announced back in, 2013 or whatever, I thought they were really going to lean into that, but it just never came to fruition.
That early gameplay of the demo they showed, like, had you will be able to use your arm blades to, like, Spider-Man into walls and climb around, and that's just not in the game.
Yeah.
How about the
I was still pleasantly surprised at the amount of verticality in the city exploration stuff. There are like things tucked away in vertical space that I was surprised about.
Yeah, especially during that festival sequence where you have to like sneak around and climb up a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say.
A lot of that there.
Yeah, that stuff was cool.
Say you'll take this and remember the dosage. 2 whiffs now and another 2 in an hour.
Vector.
I like that he has a shaky Gannic hand. Again, my favorite characters in this game, Misty and Victor. But
I owe you.
Yeah.
I like Bethesda Fallout games. I like Fallout 3 and New Vegas. That's not Bethesda, obviously, but the last one. So I feel like even on its own terms, I should like this game more. But something about it is, I mean, honestly, the cybernetics being super tame is maybe part of it.
Yeah.
The cybernetics and all that stuff, like, because it's basically, do you like the guns?
Yo, listen up. I talked to Dex while you were in with the doc.
And the guns are fine.
Guns are fine. They're fine. I think they're less. I think they're worse than fine.
Okay.
I don't think the weapons in this game feel good.
I think it's the feedback on the characters that feels weird to me. Like the guns look so like technologically like broken, but when you shoot them at someone, it's just like a pebble. It's like, okay. Thought this was gonna be
weird thing. The weird thing that I've noticed is I think like for a majority of the game, the guns are just kind of like these indistinguishable things that you shoot at people. But like when you get into the, I think they're called iconic weapons, when like they actually go out of their way to like give weapons like this other perk and like this very distinct feel. That's when the shooting feels better. But that's like not until you're like 60% of the way through the game. It's start getting those.
Tip about a possible attack. I'll give you a call. Maybe you can investigate before Max Tack hits the scene. Remember, you're not there to execute anybody.
I can't get in until the phone call's over, apparently.
I love that. I love that shit.
So
we
patient.
were just talking about that one quest. I think this happens like a billion times, but that's the one quest in Skyrim where you like clear out a fucking cave and you go into a city and someone in the city's like, my sword! I left my sword in the cave! And then you go back to the cave, and now the sword's in there, but it wasn't before. I love shit like that. I love stuff like it. You can't get in this car until you get off your phone.
Because this character would definitely be super patient and just wait for you on your schedule.
Yeah, by the way, this character is just Mark Henry from 2010. If you're a professional wrestling fan, this is Mark Henry during his Hall of Pain run. Anyway, I'm the only person here that watches wrestling on a regular basis. But
I believe you though.
Yeah.
This would look like a cool wrestler.
Yeah, I mean, he's
I like
very
this
cool.
guy. I like his look a lot. I've always.
Oh yeah, his look is very distinct. It's nice.
Playing gargantuan compared to smashing up a scab.
And he's a character too where I can he gets enough screen time where I can tell myself like, oh, okay, he has a. It's cool that his robot arm is made of gold because of course he's like, you know, kind of a little small time kingpin.
Yeah. He has to be dripped out.
Right.
It's like that. It's like that Quibi show, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Bury me with my golden arm.
Surely that's
and it like matches his watch and his bracelet. Like those are fun touches.
It's good.
Corbin deserves special treatment.
Shit, you ain't playing around.
Yeah, Danielle, the Quibi arm show. You know.
What was the Quibi arm show?
Rachel Brosnahan, the lady that does Marvelous Ms. Maisel, like an Emmy award winning actress. She was in a Quibi where she gets a golden arm but it starts to kill her, but she doesn't want them to remove it, and she's just gonna die even though she could get the arm removed, and she's like, bury me with my golden arm. It's a very weird, it's very strange Quibi show.
Dang.
It's loosely inspired by like classic American folktale about a golden arm that was popularized by Mark Twain.
Don't even know maelstroms involved.
Is she from Wilderness? Yeah, pretty much.
A little combat bot, a prototype.
Oh God! If she was in Wilderness, she'd be my fucking best archer, though, not dying on the floor.
If we don't get that,
she'd be married to a mermaid and fucking landing crits from halfway across the map.
Don't get excited. It's a still used
Man, we should play Wilderness sometime.
Yeah, we should.
We could.
I haven't fired that up in a while. I need to.
They added a whole new campaign.
I say when.
Yeah.
I only played that first one.
Oh yeah. That's like kind of a tutorial. Once you beat it for the first time and you play the others, you realize, oh, that's basically a tutorial campaign. The other ones are much bigger.
No way of knowing if he aims to honor his predecessor.
Is that guy's face all right?
To add to this shit's
Did he like see through echolocation?
Yeah.
Said convoy.
Oh, this is the lady that basically no matter what you tell her, it ends up the same way.
Yeah, she's like, I'm super dangerous and I'm gonna kill you, and then literally nothing, anything you say, it's just like, no, she's fine. It's cool.
There has to be a way out though. Like a good conversation option.
No, that's what I'm saying, is like all of them are good conversation options is the thing.
Right.
No matter what you pick, you get out of that situation scot-free. Nothing you do in this tutorial matters at all.
Yeah, pretty much.
Is actually what it kind of boils down to.
Pretty true.
What's doing? Why she need to meet?
The end of this whole first mission is basically a complete reset on the rest of the game, and then you get to play Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, this entire prologue was a lot longer than I expected it to be. Yeah.
Stop looking. In the convo.
Because I kind of thought, once you do that apartment thing and you get that lady out of the bathtub, I was like, oh, that's the prologue. Cool.
Right.
And it's like, no, you've got another 5 hours of the prologue.
Yeah, you need to lose something.
Yeah.
To fight for.
Yeah.
That I really was not expecting that.
Right.
Time I got to work.
Nice emotional beat there.
I'll set up the meet with Miss Parker
Sure.
at Lizzie's bar. Flathead, though, is gonna be all you.
Yeah, I've heard they do some really good stuff with. I don't know how much I should say, but that is a spoiler for a game that's been out for like. When did this game come out?
I don't know. A lot of people might be picking it up now for the first time.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that was my thought too.
Good point. Yeah, I won't say anything.
Denny Hidie, I hope I'm saying that right, is a fan of flavor dialogue options, TBH.
Yeah. I think, yeah, I agree with that statement.
Yeah.
I don't have a good argument at the ready for why it doesn't work for me in this game versus.
Well, I was about to say, like, is it good in this game?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Maybe not.
Maybe the flavor just doesn't do it for me in this. Yeah.
Yeah. Whoever's controlling Fanbyte spoiled it anyway. Mario dies. I cannot fucking believe.
Wow.
Just say that.
We'll edit this out in the VOD. Sorry, everybody.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's why he was replaced by Super Mario.
Sorry, I read it. Yeah.
Oh, you have a lot of skill points, huh? Oh, no, those are your stat levels. Well, you still have a lot of skill points, too.
Yes.
Fūnk-é redeemed AMA. How does that work? Does Fūnk-é now ask us the question?
No, they should. Is there any good cyberpunk manga?
Wants to put us in a few small kinks.
I mean, Alita Battle Angel is what I would describe as cyberpunk, and it's very good.
Maelstrom clad.
Yeah.
Very long run. It's older, so if you haven't, if you're not into like that sort of like more 80s type stuff, you might not like it. But it's great.
Okay.
That movie is not bad either. It's weird.
It's so weird. But yeah, I did have fun watching that. I never read it.
It's not that. I mean, if it follows the manga fairly faithfully. Is like, you know, I'm not much of a purist for adaptations that should be. They changed this character so they say we instead of I. I'm just not like that. But it does follow that world pretty faithfully, which is part of what makes it kind of weird and kind of fun, I think, in a little weird way, because you get like scenes like Christoph Waltz, this fucking, I don't even know where he's from. Is he German? Is he like Austrian or something?
I can't remember if he's Austrian or German. Actually, I can look it up.
But he's just this kind of like small, nebbish little man, and he's like, there's scenes of him just holding like a fucking giant Wile E. Coyote cyber mallet at points. Which looks very funny.
Christoph Waltz is both Austrian and German.
Oh, okay.
Okay, if I don't get a... Okay, I'm walking everywhere unless I get a motorcycle. So...
Okay.
You don't like the car?
That's the Kenneth Shepard guarantee. I will walk everywhere unless you give me a motorcycle.
I need something that's like not that much bigger than the actual space I take up, because my entire perception of space is fucked up in video games and in life.
Yeah.
So.
Can you drive a motorcycle in real life, Kenneth?
Nope, I cannot.
Oh. Just checking. Is Akira worth reading? I think so.
Yeah.
It's good. It's obviously seminal.
Why did they fix the models of the kids in this game?
No.
This one looks like a kid, more like a kid than the other ones.
That looks like a child.
Like that. Don't kids walk like that.
Yeah, the kid has swag. What's wrong with the kid having swag?
There's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying.
Is it doing the BioShock Infinite thing where it's just taking an adult head and scaling it down?
Well, that's what it absolutely was doing before.
Okay.
Like kids in this game looked just straight up like you like clicked the corner of an adult and shrunk it down. Yeah.
Oh, I nearly got hit by a car on stream.
Oh no. Whoa, you're not even waiting for the light.
Whoa,
Dangerous.
jaywalking.
Wait. Between 6 p.m. and a.m. Okay.
The police helicopter is about to spawn behind your head.
Time.
You can't skip time?
What?
Oh my god. Are you in the middle of a call or something? No way. It's gonna make you wait.
Well, that's ridiculous. Okay.
Cannot skip time right now. Why?
Wow.
Do I need to... Can I talk to the
No
guard
way.
here? Nope. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go away from you. Away from the plot, so maybe they'll perceive me as just like idling.
Danielle in the chat says, Shenmue ass.
Listen, in Shenmue there's more to do, I would argue. To pass the time.
It literally won't let me skip. Like 3 hours. Or 3.5 hours.
I guess maybe just because it's a start, they want you to explore the city more.
Well, that's a giant waste of my time.
Yeah, in the tutorial there's not much to do.
Let's see what we can do in the meantime. Looking for a store. Oh, the clothes store. There we go. Okay. Nope. That's not. Nope. There you go. Okay.
Oh, yeah,
Uncle asks if you're gonna watch the Shenmue anime, John.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think so, because there's so much about the game that they will not either be able or should try to capture in an anime.
I had right away.
So I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, if you just take the Shenmue, you take all the stuff about like just living everyday life and strip it down to just what is Shenmue technically about, it's kind of like a very basic revenge story.
It's very, it's like the fondness I have for that is in the details, is in the, the like little things that I don't think would translate well to a TV show. So I don't know, I may watch it just because there is part of me that's like, well, if I want more of it, I need to support it. But it's not like Shenmue 3. Actually, I haven't even played Shenmue 3. I'm so scared. I'm scared of playing Shenmue 3. But yeah.
Are you not gonna let me see what it looks like on my character?
I
don't think they do that.
L3? No.
Well, that's silly.
Yeah, they didn't finish. They didn't improve that bit of this game.
Well,
Tom
okay.
Reeve, why is this cyberpunk man trying to look like the Death Note Shinigami? Listen, Spider-Man, I'm here to tell you about the Death Note.
Okay, that was exactly 10 minutes. All right.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. Okay, can I skip time over here?
Nope.
What the fuck? Okay. What was the other thing I could do? There were 2 options. The pickup. All right. Track the pickup. Oh, I can call Meredith Stout.
There's the sound on the controller. You can hear it.
Start by telling me how you got this number.
Oh yeah, this lady.
No more than your number. Heard you misplaced the convoy.
Yeah, we could kill time with this quest because they're both main quests, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is like an optional part of the main quest.
Not on the horn. Let's meet. Cut a deal.
A deal. Fine. First exit Skyline, driving towards the NID. Storm channel under the
What kind of penis are we rocking? Asks Adam. Wins again. We found that out the hard way.
Yeah, we did. We did. Don't tell Twitch, please. We fucked up.
This is what would happen if like they had a streaming option, like a stream mode, where they would make all the music go away and then they blur other things out.
They blur the wieners and the butts.
What a concept!
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something we should also say too. Is if this sounds like oddly quiet in some ways, all the music is turned down to 0 right now.
All right, more children. Let's see.
That's not a child.
No, it's not. These aren't kids. These aren't kids. Run! No!
That's a kid. I
That one's
believe
okay.
that's a kid.
That one is not.
Okay.
The other one looked like a kid. Well, Kenneth, if you don't want to continue skipping time in here, we can spend some time on another segment.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, we should probably.
I'll just say, like, our closing thoughts. It did not crash once in the 45 minutes that we were playing, and
you know what?
Is an improvement.
That's a win.
Credit where credit is due.
I
The game
cannot
did not shut down.
Yeah, I will say this unabashedly. This is a massive improvement over the PS4 version of the game.
Oh my god, yeah, it's a huge difference. So.
Is this right camera? Nope.
Yeah, that shit could not run.
This is
nope.
Camera. All right, John.
Yeah, I think we're gonna play some Horizon Forbidden West, a video game that just came out this day.
Wow. Do you want to send?
Today.
You want me to send me a link on Slack?
I sure can.
Yeah, it just came out today. We've had it for a little while. John is not. John, you just started it last night because you just bought it with your own hard-earned money.
Yeah, started it last night. Yeah, I did not get a code for this game.
You were offered a code for this game, and you said,
I said no, thanks. I'm good.
I don't need it.
I'm good.
And how did that work out for you, John?
Well, I was only like 3 hours, right? Between when I...
Yeah.
It's not that big of a deal. It was fine.
Look at this.
Yeah, I'm excited to play some
Nice.
Horizon Forbidden West. How does this look on stream for folks?
It's
Hopefully good.
Pretty good, I think. I need to recrop everything a little bit.
So I will say, folks, if you're worried about like story spoilers, things like that, I have done the beginning part of this game. Does a lot of. I've done the tutorial. I've done a lot of exposition stuff. So like, if you were worried about kind of learning stuff, I don't think you're going to learn anything on this stream. I think this is going to be kind of me messing around in the open world, getting into some scuffles, collecting some ingredients, and probably, just doing some basic stuff and then moving on to the next game. But
and hey, that's the Fanbyte promise. You won't learn anything on one of our streams.
You won't learn a single thing. It's true.
You are playing in resolution mode? mode.
I am playing in the, like whatever the fucking, the fidelity mode.
Fidelity mode, yes. So not 60 frames a second, but
no, I'm not doing
better.
60 FPS. Yeah,
better looking.
Yeah, better looking. I could go to the other mode if we think that would be better.
No, I think this is fine.
Okay. This is a good-looking video game, folks. It may not show up in stream that well, but the water effects specifically, it's like some of the best-looking water I think I've ever seen in a game.
Yeah. Not a cyber pig, Tom Reeve. There are
Not
regular
a cyber
pigs.
pig. It's a regular pig.
That you have to kill, because there's a whole cooking minigame in this game. Not minigame, really. There's a whole cooking feature.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. That's
yeah,
cool.
you haven't unlocked it yet. Spoilers, John.
Damn.
You just got here to... This is called the Daunt.
The Daunt.
Which is, I described as like the White Orchard of Horizon Zero Dawn. Or, God, I'm saying Zero Dawn every single time I talk about this game. This is like, so you go through like a long, like about an hour and a half, 2 hour tutorial sequence, and then there's this, which is kind of like a small open world, and then you get to the real open world. But this is the small open world.
And you described it, I think, very aptly as the White Orchard of, like, from Witcher 3, kind of. That first beginning area that gives you a lot to do, but doesn't totally overwhelm you with space, although it still kind of did that.
Yeah. I mean, the thing with The Witcher 3 at the time, I remember people being like, oh, this is the whole open world. That makes sense. Yeah, this is about the size of a world in this game, but then you get out of there and you're like, oh, no.
Oh, no. No.
No. I'm playing a different game that kind of does a similar thing that I can talk about next week.
Might be able to tinker with my other gear, too.
I'm close.
Brought Ridgewood back.
They brought Ridgewood back. They did, yeah. I was so happy about that. I'm doing way too much just collecting. This is not interesting. I have to get into a battle.
How far did you get, John? I just got back.
I just got through the tutorial thing where you take that big elevator down to the Daunt. So that's really it. It's still really early on, but I skipped a lot of the expository early stuff, so we wouldn't do too many story spoilers.
Yeah, how are you liking it? I played a few hours last night. I got to right before you are.
Yeah, I liked this. I liked the first game just fine. I am one of those people who, when the second Breath of the Wild came out, I dropped this game like a bad habit the first time around. And I have a feeling that's going to happen again with Elden Ring in a few days. So yeah, this is kind of an interesting thing, but I like these games. I think they could be better. I don't actually think Aloy is a very good character. Sorry.
That's been one of my biggest problems with this game is I think I just don't like Aloy.
Yeah, I don't know. She's got cool parts about her. I think she's I was talking about this earlier, maybe a controversial stance. I think she's a little girl bossy.
Yeah.
Like I think like some of the ways she handles other characters in this game just kind of sucks.
Nikki was talking about how they played the first couple of minutes of this game themselves last night, and they said like the optics of the scene where she is talking to her black best friend and says, "Your gods aren't real, idiot," basically to his face.
Yeah.
Continuously.
Does not look good. It's not a good look for her.
It's just not a good look.
It's weird. I noticed that too when I was playing last night. I was like, why don't you just let him believe this? Like it's not even hurting you. Like she's so like dead set on being like, no, they're not real. Check it. It's a computer.
What are you doing?
It's like, who cares? If they're not really hurting anyone, like just believing in this.
Looking at in this dump.
I don't know. It's
nice to see.
It's such a limited like it's such a limited like new atheist version of like faith too and stuff like that. It's like sure like just because like this specific hologram you know that it comes from a different place than what they think it comes from, like that doesn't make their faith any less like valid or whatever. Like they can believe it. Maybe their gods are real. They're real enough to them. Like that's how religion works.
Right.
Yeah. John, I feel you also. Like I like these games as well. I like the first one, but I haven't 3-4 hours in, it feels a lot like the first one. This one
Feels a lot like the first one.
It
Yes.
is.
It does not feel like a new game. Like honestly, it feels like DLC or something added on.
Yeah.
Maybe having a different protagonist could have shifted that, or having different abilities from the start.
Right.
But yeah, it does feel very samey.
Of course.
Yeah.
With the sequel.
Bigger gears to grind.
I will say this though, John.
Well, Flame
Yeah.
Hair,
I've been playing this game in performance
Good
mode
to
for the
see
60
you.
frames.
Okay.
Gotta
And
move
I
on.
can tell that this is running at a lower frame rate than what I get.
Okay.
But
I can
holy
switch.
shit, does this look nice?
Oh yeah, no, this is a really good looking game. Yeah, like even though I know some of it is stream, but some of it is when it's on performance mode, it is not. It can get framey at times.
Yeah.
But it is gorgeous. Like when you can really just look at the vistas.
These close-ups of these faces, like I didn't notice the difference in like between performance and fidelity when I was playing, because I was like just wandering around the open area and I was like, oh, okay, this water doesn't look that much better. But in these close-up scenes, the lighting on their faces is noticeably better than what I saw.
Yeah, I agree. Are we gonna upgrade my bow? All right, let's see. Hunter bow level 1 upgrade. Sure.
Yeah. May she be forgot in the chat. First game where the performance fidelity mode trade-off is real tough. Yeah, geez.
Yeah.
Now I'm wondering if I should switch back.
Yeah, it is really nice. Yeah. Oh, can I unlock the second one too? I guess I can.
Yeah, you have enough stuff.
Amazing.
Yeah, I got here. It's just like I'm such a little like scavenger in all these games.
Yeah.
That I just like had a million items and I was like, all right, shit.
Yeah, I was curious why I was picking up all that stuff because they don't really explain it. Right. And you get here and it's like, okay, you're iced out for the rest of the game.
Yeah. I've got all this shit.
You'll notice that's a blast sling uncommon. You're gonna get better weapons that you'll have to upgrade later and stuff too.
Yeah. But there's no real penalty. I mean, since I'm such a scavenger, there's no real penalty for upgrading this stuff, right?
Right. No, not at all.
All right.
You're gonna get so much, especially since you said you made some changes to your settings too.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. To just loot a ton of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a thing where you can like set easy loot where you don't have to worry as much about like the stuff that I actually kind of like the most about the combat in this game, which is like aiming for weak points and like shearing off body parts.
I do like that. You just don't have to do as much of that. That's in the accessibility menus. I kind of like that a little bit just because ammo that deals acid damage is now available in your inventory. That's exciting.
Yeah. A lot of elemental weakness types.
You can turn on an easy loot mode? I didn't know this.
Yes. It's in accessibility. Because
I hate looting. It's not fun. And a lot of this is picking up stuff.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't like totally change that process, but it does cut like a little bit out of that process.
Kenneth, did you play the first Horizon?
I did. I liked it fine, and when I finished it, I didn't have any compulsion to go back to it. And I had kind of felt that same way about this game. I was like, I don't know, like I didn't love that game enough to go back to it, and there was a point where like, I played basically everything that Sony put out first party, just because like I was really into a lot of their output at the time, and it's just kind of gone away over the past few years, I'd say. But then I saw a bunch of pictures of this game in photo mode, and it called me, and so I'm downloading it on my PlayStation 5 as we speak.
Yeah.
My dear Majesty.
So John, the other night,
think I can be bought?
I told you that I got, and I don't necessarily mean this as an insult.
Okay.
That I got, like, that a lot of the writing in this game feels to me of a kind with Hercules the Legendary Journeys.
Right,
And
yeah.
This guy is what made me start thinking that.
That's really funny.
Timing. Might we discuss
everything about the conversation with this dude who's like this like minor viceroy.
Very well. I shall be
He just feels like a guy that Hercules would have to deal with as like a goofy little side villain.
Savior herself. Walloper of Derval, gutter of Hughes.
Maybe.
I've heard many tales of your beauty and heroics, my fierce lady warrior.
Ooh, you're cool.
At your service. So, what could have dragged you away from the fine silks and wine of Meridian to this Smudge of a settlement.
I love how he calls this a smudge of a settlement compared to Meridian. This looks exactly the fucking same as Meridian.
By the forge. Greater gears for greater matters. Guess that means you'll be moving on.
Yeah, I think Aloy's voice performance is fine. I just don't think the direction of the character is that interesting.
They give her one note to go off of, which is
Right.
you're really bored of everybody who's talking to you.
Yeah, I have to stop talking to you and do my mission.
You take yourself real fucking seriously. Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
so fast.
But she hasn't changed much, I guess.
No.
But I think
if
the-
anything, I think she's like
The magistrate?
more borderline cruel to a lot of people.
But the writing works around that and kind of like talks about that, and a lot of the characters, even like a bit further, I think another character straight up just calls her out, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay, why are you like this? Like, why are you being like this?
So maybe
You're
she'll
only
be chill
focused-
by the end of it.
Like, look at the subtle texture wrinkles on this guy's shirt.
Yeah.
Everything I've achieved,
Like,
I've done
that's
on my own.
wild.
And
It's
where is
nuts.
this hammer now?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I think you're right, Fūnk-é. Like, it was actually one of the things I was kind of frustrated with the discussion around this game was like a lot of people saying like, oh, this NPC character Aaron, who's a character from the first game, sucks so bad. It's just like he's the only guy in this game who like directly calls her out for her bullshit, and I actually kind of really appreciated that.
Yeah.
Well, you know, people don't like when people call out the protagonist of the reality and say things that are not nice to the protagonist.
True.
Fair deal. You mean your concession?
It just also doesn't make a ton of sense to me for like Aloy's character, who's like this character in the first game is just like seeking connection with people because she's lived most of her life as an outcast.
Isolated.
She wants to like, she wants to know people and get to know see the world and all this stuff. And then this one, it's like she's seen. It's like she's seen the world. I think what they're going for is that she saw all the world in the first game. She figured everything out, and now she's over it. But there's no, at least in the early stages, there's like no variation to that.
Right. There was a moment in the first game that like has always kind of stuck out to me, and it was that point where like you as the player, and I guess her as well, like realize that this robot that they are worshiping is some god. Like you clearly understand like the context of what's actually happening.
Right.
And when I guess like you go through the whole game, you kind of see all that. Like I think there's something to be said, I think, for being a character who is like to some degree like enlightened about the state of the world, and nobody else is gonna listen to that, nobody else hears that, and to just kind of like see that as a frustration in how you interact with people, because like there's this hurdle that you're never going to be able to overcome with people unless they see everything that you've seen.
Right. But she doesn't really offer to bring people in, like, and that actually does seem like the emotional crux of this game that they're kind of like building towards is like she doesn't really offer to bring her friends into that world with her. She in fact actually constantly pushes them away.
Yes, and abandons them in the middle of the night. Like, everyone at the start is just like, so why did you leave all of us? Like, you didn't even say anything. And it's strange because like there's no real reason why she didn't say anything. She's always going on missions and stuff, and she could have easily been like, hey, I gotta go on another mission, but she just like abandoned the whole tribe, which is strange.
A thing that they establish in the tutorial of this game is that she left the night that the first game ended. She didn't even stay one single night. She left for 6 months.
A legendary Tanakh fighter, the master of masters.
That's it.
Now, what do we think about this guy's outfit?
I was waiting.
It's how the warriors get so fierce, see?
I like it. I've seen some people criticize it.
I think it's great.
I think this stuff kind of rules.
Yeah.
I kind of like the idea that like they live in a world where like there's metal everywhere from all these robots that they keep killing constantly that keep getting rebuilt and scavenged and brought back. So like why wouldn't you just attach all that shit to all your like make armor out of it?
But that's a far spark in the wind.
Also, yeah, like he should protect his eyes actually.
Yeah.
If he's a fighter, a pit fighter.
Fighting exactly.
The fashion in this game is really good. Like I've seen some really good outfits from the start too. Like the person who gives Ally her hat thing, which isn't that cool.
Which is not that cool.
Yeah, he himself is wearing the coolest thing in the world.
Yeah,
the square headdress with like a diamond in the back, and the colors it uses are so sunny. It's really great.
He's got tea strainer goggles, bro.
I might be.
That's what I like to hear.
Yeah,
Funny.
okay. I will say NYSTUSZX. Sorry, I'm sure that's supposed to be pronounced differently than just spelling it out. How about see his opponents? You know what? That might interrupt the peripheral vision a bit. I don't know. He's got anime protagonist hair, you know, you just see right through it. It's fine.
You think your spear can deal with that armor? Use attacks to energize your spear. Then hit your opponent with a heavy or power attack to blast the armor off.
Nice.
That energy doesn't last forever.
Oh. No.
Shoot the glowing part of your opponent before
All right.
that spear
Got
gets your
it.
edge in battle.
Remember, you can slow down
Keep
time, too.
energizing it,
Oh,
and
yeah,
then your
that's true.
enemies.
The
Triggering
first
those
skill
energy
that
blasts to
I
help you vanquish
bought
your
was just like, I
opponents.
just immediately spent all my skill points when they showed me the skill tree on more slow-mo.
Oh yeah, that's nice. You can also turn that on in the accessibility. You can make that really slow too.
Oh, cool.
I will be doing that. Those sound like really good options.
Yeah, I mean, there's stuff that they put under accessibility that does seem just like quality of life stuff, but like I get why it's there. I get why it's there, not just like gameplay or whatever. So, all right. Well, I did that. I can't do any of the others. I guess I'll go out into the world.
Oh, Lubus says his armor is an interesting take on Han era armor.
Find errand.
Oh.
Oh.
P-Dub Chan, I'm gonna say. In
Yeah,
the chat
yeah,
says,
yeah.
Is it still one melee weapon in this game, or are there different types now?
As far as I know, there's only the one, but I don't know.
It seems like it's one weapon, but like they added new moves like that, like shockwave attack that you just had.
Yeah.
There,
Or
I will say
the
there is
staff,
a
right, or the spear.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's
There-
like too iconic with her at this point.
The number of projectile weapons you get in this game is
Must be a bristleback.
honestly almost too much.
Errand took it down.
Wait, what? What's too much?
The number of projectile weapons you get in this game.
Oh yeah, seems like it.
There's your hunter bow, your sniper bow, your fire bow, your acid bow, your trip caster, your acid trip caster, your spear flinger, your heavy blaster.
Those things feel really fun though. Like I remember late game in the first one, switching through all of those in the slow-mo menu actually works.
Sure.
Like it can be overwhelming early game, but I love that feature.
I feel like I need to rewatch like a recap or something, because I haven't played it since in almost 5 years at this point, and
oh shit!
It's like as I'm watching, like remembering some things about this game that I had completely projected from my brain.
The first 30 minutes of this game do a pretty decent recap, I think. Just go over like what Ally was doing, and Silence, I think, is narrating it.
Yeah, the Lance Reddick's character. John, it's R3 when you're aiming to pull up your
Yeah,
stomach.
to do the thing. Yeah.
Just, in case you wanted to use it.
Fuck you.
This guy's also set a bunch of traps around here, so if you want to, you can lure them into those.
That's the last one.
Well, you just beat the shit out of them too. That works.
Yeah. I get all the stuff from the traps. If I don't use the traps, I get the stuff from the traps, you know?
Yeah.
Machine hunting's a youngin's game.
It's true.
Come on over.
Yeah, Adam
Let me
wins
get
again.
things
Great
proper
animation
like.
work in these games.
See, you're a
Absolutely.
practiced hunter. Took you less time to kill those scroungers than vanguards to kill one bristleback.
Bristleback.
Yeah, just a bit ago.
That phrase
Down that
throws me off
bristleback
every time because there's a Dota 2 hero that I play a lot named Bristleback.
Scroungers
And I just keep thinking they're talking about him.
You're just
Then another bristleback.
bringing up your favorite game of all time.
I love
It's crazy
Dota. I
around
do.
I know.
So the Vanguard went
That's still sitting on my in my Steam library, installed on my computer, and I haven't opened it.
Dead
Yes.
set on getting rid of them.
I see.
Yes.
Hold on there, Red. If you're gonna go chasing across the dawn,
This part
you're gonna
you start
want a
using the
trip
elemental
caster.
stuff,
Not
which
just any trip caster.
is pretty nice.
One of my make. Free
Works
of
well with the
charge.
like weak spots.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Workmanship looks solid enough.
Yeah, if you shoot acid arrows at the acid canisters on a bristleback, it shows you that if you scan them, but it does massive damage.
Well, accidents.
Alt Muzao asks, has anybody played the PS4 version?
Something happen in Jane's grave?
Nope. I haven't. Sorry.
I haven't had my PS4 Pro hooked up in a million years.
When I've seen it in motion, it looks fine.
Took a real interest in my wares.
It just doesn't look as good.
Kept pressing for the Ulven discount.
That's about it.
I said no.
I also heard that the PS4 version is $10 cheaper and also offers a free upgrade to PS5 version.
My workshop on
so
fire.
you
Yeah,
should
but
get that
there's
one.
but there's something weird about that though.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, so I think the thing that happened was they originally did not. I think they might not even had an upgrade at any point, and because I think they just wanted people to buy the PS5 version. And then when there was people caused a fuss about it, they were like, okay, here there will be this $10 upgrade or whatever it was, or no, it'll be the free upgrade, but then anything that comes after it's going to be like a $10 or $20 upgrade.
Ah, okay, all right.
So
this
like
is the last game with a free upgrade.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Get going.
Maybe she God,
Thanks
sorry.
For the tripcaster.
Yeah, maybe she forgot. Okay.
Blasting bristlebacks.
I got it right that time. Actually, I got it.
Yeah,
That was
you
right
did.
originally.
Did you know
You can't buy the PS4 version on the PlayStation 5 store. You have to buy it on the PS4 or desktop.
Under control.
Ah, okay.
They make you pay full price if you buy it digitally on the PS5 store.
Or like buy a physical PS4 copy.
Right. But I don't know. That wouldn't upgrade, would it?
I think that's how it works on like the Uncharted collection. I think if you have the PS4 copy that you put in the PS5, you can download the PS5 version after you do the upgrade.
It just acts as like disc-based DRM, like the old Xbox games.
Acid Hunter arrows. All right, I'm good. Okay.
I do like that this game has leaned into, from the gameplay perspective, it is a lot like the first game, but I do like, it feels to me they've leaned harder into the Monster Hunter-ness.
Yeah.
Of like, enemies have elemental weaknesses, and you want to like shoot off this thing's antlers, and it won't be able to use its fire attack anymore.
Right.
I feel like they do a lot of that in the first one too, though.
Well,
I don't know.
Guess I'm wrong.
No, I mean it could be better in this one, or I don't know. I haven't played enough of it to know.
You're
I
honestly
didn't,
right up at the part where you'll be fighting enemies where that matters a lot more.
Okay, that's cool. Maybe we'll do one or two of those battles and then we'll move on.
You know, you're right, Fūnk-é, but in the first game, they gave you those, like, screamer arrows immediately that just, like, you shoot them once at a guy, and all their parts just fly off in every direction, so it, like, never mattered.
Mm.
Which...
I see that.
Maybe you get those in this game, too, but I haven't gotten to them yet.
Yeah, sorry, I was just trying to see, like, what this game is actually doing differently than the first one.
Right.
Because I feel like it's not too many things. Like, honestly. It looks visually way better, but a lot of the gameplay is similar to the first, like, ultra similar.
So, John, if you shoot an acid arrow into those green canisters, you basically one-shot these guys.
Okay. Well.
Run!
I need a better angle. I fucked it up.
There you go.
got this.
Now, watch, give it a sec. Just wait. There you go.
Oh, wow. It really hurt me real bad, huh?
Yeah, you didn't want to stay close.
I kind of needed to back off of that.
A little bit.
Good lord.
That's some good-looking acid explosion, though.
Yeah, that was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, save point.
Yeah.
They have bonfires in this game like FromSoft.
I know. That was in the first one, too, I think.
I'd like to feel my legs again if you don't mind, Savior.
I'd like to feel my legs again. Oh, this guy. I thought it was this guy. I was like,
Oh my gosh.
That's
Wait,
a
what?
that's a rough look.
What the fuck is going on?
You need to get it close to him. Wait for the prompt.
Yeah,
and
I
press the
did.
button.
Yeah.
Get you out. Don't worry.
I thought you were about to stab this guy.
Well, better put him out of his misery. He doesn't even know that his gods are fake.
Mighty thankful to you, Savior.
That's the point.
Just Aloy is fine.
Alloy would do that.
Probably.
We're here to escort Wadis's delegate.
He wasn't gonna make it.
Embassy.
If we can get rid of these bristlebacks.
Believe me, I did him a
After you
favor.
said to keep an eye on Chainscrape, then these ugly lugs showed up.
Gave the first one a good beating.
Now, Danielle, in your job as an EMT, I see you're in the chat. Is that how you would normally get somebody out from underneath like a pinned car?
I should probably get going.
Would you take your spear and just kind of like use it as a big
Right,
lever?
right,
These bristlebacks.
Danielle says yes.
I'll make
Oh.
sure to roll
Alright,
out of
cool.
their way.
Those
Might
just come
want to
standard
take some of
in
these with you
all
as well.
ambulances.
They're handy in a pinch.
Now, do you think that's neck armor or a way for her to catch crumbs when she's eating?
I think it's multi-purpose.
Yeah. That's
Like
that
it started.
checks
It
out.
started with the crumbs, and then they just like realized, oh, this might also be helpful in this other way.
Yeah, it makes sense.
The actual thing is, I think that so the Oseram are supposed to be like blacksmith and weaponsmiths and forgers and stuff. I bet it's to stop sparks.
What do we have?
To like
here?
to keep sparks up.
Tom Reeve in the chat said it's to stop from her licking her arm injury.
Oh, okay.
We tried the code, y'all. We did it.
That's useful.
We crowd sourced the answer to that question. Great. Whoa.
Whoa.
So that's another thing you've done with your settings is you've turned on like the scanner icons on all of this
the time.
stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't like to have to just hit the R3 button constantly to see stuff. I just don't like that. So I just turn this shit on. You don't have to do that though.
A relic.
At the beginning, it kind of makes you want to like turn off the HUD. It gives you an option to just like turn off so many things, but
yeah,
I feel like with a game with so much picking up stuff, I would want to know what's pick upable.
I don't really think this game works if you can't see what you're. Whoops. If you can't really see what you're doing, I don't know.
I forget who. It might have been Mike was saying this on Twitter. Mike Williams from fanbyte.com was saying that like as games get higher and higher fidelity, it's harder and harder to tell like what is interactable and what's not because it's like not just like as cartoonishly obvious. And so every game now is running into this issue of like, well, we don't want to have detective vision on all the time, but also nobody can tell that stuff. So you're just constantly hammering scan buttons in games now.
Yeah, and the worst offender in this game that I've read about is the climbing. So like, you can't just Breath of the Wild thing and climb any surface. You have to find stuff that you can grab onto, and that stuff is basically not visible unless you have your scan on. So that's why I just leave it on all the time.
So can you hit the scan button real quick just to show what that looks like? Yeah, like that. You would have to be doing that, clicking into R3 over and over and over again like this all the time, which is how I've been playing.
It's that classic like Sony exclusive where there's marks on the walls and you have to jump and find them and like wall climb. Except in this game they're all very hidden and they're on structures that are like breaking down and have trees climbing on them. So there's been a couple times where I was stuck at like, where am I supposed to jump on? Like, where's the little yellow marking?
Right. So John?
Yeah.
You
yeah, please.
You should be able to pull that crate into such a place where so jump to the other side when you get a chance.
I
can grab this
did, and it was locked.
Yeah, it was locked on that door was locked, but there's but if you
there's
go
a
back
what?
up there, there's a hole in the wall you can walk through.
What? Fuck. Oh my god. Right. There's a hole in the wall. Oh, here?
Yeah, and then you turn left.
Oh. Oh no. Alright. Oh, there's the key fob thing. Okay.
Sweet.
I need to pull this down.
A crate.
Yeah, you have a grappling hook.
I think I can snag. There's data here.
That's new for this game.
Yeah, she's so strong. When she uses that, I'm like, what? How does this thing work? Just pulling down cranes.
Red permit code. Oh. I'm assuming it's just gonna automatically do that, or do I need to remember that code?
I think that might be the wrong code. Okay, it's down there at the bottom.
Oh,
1705.
1705. Okay. Reading is fundamental.
Yeah, Doug Turt in the chat says you need to remember. Yes, you do.
Oh, and I can do this.
That I think is a nice touch. Like if there's just
Whoa!
loot. Oh God, Fūnk-é, you're right. She is too strong.
Yeah.
Everyone stop praying
Holy
for
shit.
Aloy. She's becoming too strong. The robots can't stop her.
It's not hooking onto that.
Yeah, the first time she used it, I was not expecting that because it wasn't at all in the first one.
Right.
She just breaks down walls now.
You pulled this down, so there should be something you can climb on top of using that crate now.
Oh my God. Okay. Well.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well.
Yeah? Yeah? Okay.
Oh God. What? Jesus Christ. What is going on with the geometry in this game?
Honestly, this is not on you. I actually do think that, like, the geometry in this game is a little bit fudgy.
Yeah.
Aloy also moves a bit slippery.
Yeah.
Like if you push forward, she like runs over there. It's like, chill. I don't want to go there that fast.
Yeah, because I think it's another fidelity thing. It's just like she is so well animated that, like, of course she needs to like stop and like put a foot out to stop where she, stop herself from coming off of a cliff or whatever. But that takes a, 0.2 seconds of actual animation time, and by that time the momentum has carried you off of the bridge.
It says I still need a new key module. I got the code.
You have the code, but you need like a module to actually like enter it. If you go back into that room where you pulled that crate down, yeah, it's a 2-part puzzle.
Do I need to pick
move
this
that
up?
crate?
Oh, yeah.
You need to move it over to the in front of the crumbly wall, maybe? You can jump up. Is that right? No. Oh, I'm trying to remember.
Maybe.
I've done this puzzle twice now because my PlayStation 5 bricked, more or less, and it didn't save any of my progress in this game. It didn't get backed up to the cloud, and I had to replay the entirety of the first.
And then that was the game again. And was that a pleasant experience for you to lose all that progress? No.
I don't think it's in here. It's maybe up there.
So this is going to be the next 10 minutes of the stream. Just trying to figure out how to get this fucking thing.
I wish I could tell you. I just went straight to errand.
Yeah, honestly, if you were playing
I
this
never
game
do
normally-
anything straight on. You know what I mean?
Oh, there's a thing to grab. That's what it was. And then you're going to yeah, I remember. Can you grab the blue thing too?
Yep.
There you go. You are going to have to push that crate over where I told you to push it. It's just you need to do this part first.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay, well.
She doesn't have that like sucker punch, like sucks onto a wall,
Uh-huh.
like suction cup hands.
Gotta find a key for the door.
Gotta find a key for the door. Right.
Adam wins again. I hope there are really this many crates at the end of the world. Us gamers will be prepared. How many crates do you see in your day-to-day life?
Where to now? Stuff for the
Not many crates, but barrels all the time.
Yeah.
Just explosive barrels. that
Barrels. Just
come
constantly.
outside. You know.
Rotten with barrels.
It's back there, John.
It's back where I was?
Yeah, there's stuff to do in there still, I think. You can like pull the ceiling down with your pullcaster or something.
Oh yeah, there's blue.
Yeah.
I don't think that's all that obvious to find that stuff in the world,
Well,
but
now here's the thing. You've got the climbing things turned on, the
Yeah.
climbing icons. I think it has trained you to not be scanning constantly the way that I am.
Sure.
Because I'm just looking at everything and then I instantly scan it, and then it's like, oh, okay, that's interactable.
Wait, so now what the fuck did I do? What did that do?
Now you can push that crate down here.
Oh, yeah. See, this is why Steven actually solves all the puzzles in games for me.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna pull this wall right down on me. Watch.
No, you got this.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, no. You've trapped yourself.
Okay, well.
The savior of Meridian, everybody!
All right, everybody.
You could actually probably just grappling hook that thing over. You probably didn't even have to jump over here in the first place.
It's more fun this way.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
That's what I used to always say at my grocery store job when I was unpacking milk crates. And they said, you know, you can just use the big, the lifter, right? And I said, as I was lifting up 4 2-gallon jugs of milk, one by one, hand by hand.
Oh my gosh.
It's more fun this way.
God damn this fucking game. Is it not here? Oh, here it is. Fuck you.
No.
Do you have to move the crate a little bit closer?
I mean, this is just ridiculous.
There you go.
There we go.
Thanks for figuring this out for me, so I won't be
You're
stressed out
welcome.
when I get to it.
You're
There you
welcome. I'm glad I could be the guinea pig. Oh my god, is the key in... Is that the key? Please tell me that's the key.
It's gotta be the key, right?
I mean, it has a key icon floating over it.
Ugh. Hotel. Okay, good. Jesus. I'll probably go back to that room and there's like someone in there that's gonna kill me immediately.
There's a Dark Souls skeleton just kicks you off the ledge.
Lurking immediately, yeah. Come on, Aloy. Jesus. Alright, 17.
Okay, let's see if this key fits.
05.
There. Looks like this needs a code too. I think
1705
might help.
Nice.
I'm in.
Thank you.
You found the door.
Alright, now what is this shit? What is this?
Here's the thing, John.
Uh-huh.
I've done this puzzle twice and picked up this item twice.
Uh-huh.
I have no fucking idea what this is.
Is it like a bobblehead from Fallout? That's kind of what it seems like.
It's a lot of work for that.
Oh, I leveled way up.
You're back.
When did that happen?
Oh, yeah. You've probably been getting skill points this whole time. Hunter, I think, is... Yeah, the concentration. Just get that fucking slow-mo time. Get the
That's
bullet
so
time.
right. Alright, I'll get that so right.
That's my favorite stuff. I get that right away, and then, like, as soon as this skill tree stops giving me that stuff, I moved on to other stuff. But
okay.
To me, the slow-mo is, like, the thing to get.
What's this? Oh, no, I don't want that. What's this?
I appreciate that. I still really like that Deathloop has a 0451 joke when you enter the first code in the game. I feel like every game should the answer to the code should not be 0451 in any other video game ever again, but every game should acknowledge that and give you a trophy like Deathloop.
Agreed. That would be good. See, I like melee attacks.
Okay. Well, get your melee up.
I mean, I did the concentration too, but I'll do this regen and then...
You still have 2 more skill points to spend.
True.
So.
Bread blast. I don't know. I'm into accuracy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Are you going the hunter route? Is that the one you're on?
Route. Yeah.
Oh.
Valor surge.
Those seem to be like ults.
Mm-hmm. Just for traps. Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, you can place bombs faster.
I like that idea. I like setting traps in BioShock 2. I remember that.
Good game.
Very good game. Too bad.
Yes.
Too bad none of the other BioShock games are any good. But that was great.
BioShock 1 was good for its time. BioShock Infinite.
That game exists.
Yeah, the less said about the BioShock Infinite, the better.
Yeah. I saw that like nice thread about like the bagel boy or whatever, the baguette boy. I was like, oh, this is sweet, but the rest of the game, right? We're not forgetting about the rest of the game.
Yeah, don't forget about that game, please.
It's still just 30 hours of combat arenas where you shoot
30
guys
hours
and-
long?
BioShock Infinite?
30 hours?
13.
13, okay.
BioShock Infinite, yeah, I guess if you're speeding through it, it's about 13 hours, yeah.
I guess there's not as much to do in BioShock Infinite. It's so much
No,
more
it's
linear
pretty.
than
It's
BioShock
linear.
1.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And then a
Alright,
bunch of racism.
Yeah, I would say racism is like a feature on the back of the box of that game.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, this looks all right. I'm gonna get into a tangle with these, and we'll probably call this one a day.
That sounds good.
You can take these guys out.
Remember, don't stand if you blow up their backs.
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
Stay close to them.
Stand right where they are, basically.
No, the opposite.
Nice. Blow that back out.
Steven.
You said it the first time. I was like, isn't anybody gonna make the joke?
Listen, I circled back to it to make the joke more directly.
You can't say that. Sorry.
It's fine. I showed Dick and Cyberpunk, and Steven said this.
God, what?
Damn.
Listen, I've done the work. I've earned my place. I've earned my right to say that.
Oh, coil's now available in my inventory. I missed that. Coil is now available in your inventory.
Tom Reeve. Oh, so this is a Souls-like. You do terrible things to pigs from behind. It's true.
And it's full of bristlebacks.
It's full of bristlebacks. What do you expect?
I just want to do a bristleback impression from Dota 2. Everybody's favorite video game.
Well, you can still do it. I don't know them, but
Yeah, it's a him.
Incoming.
I'm down to hear. How's it go?
Oh, bristleback? He's like,
Oi, it's in the bag, mate. You open it up, and you look in there, and you tell me it ain't in there. Because it's in the bag.
Damn.
I get him Scepter. I'm Bristleback. I'm
What
a
is
big
happening?
cocky bookline. Hello, welcome to the land of Horizon Forbidden
Oh
West.
shit! Oh fuck! Oh shit!
This game should have a narrator, and it should be you doing that voice.
Oh no! Stop running! Stop running! Stop running! Fuck!
John, have you considered sports commentary?
Ooh.
this guy just fucking eats shit.
Dang! Where'd that other one
Huge
go?
rock. So normally you wouldn't be getting as much loot as this without what John has set.
Oh,
Literally
run,
the first thing I'm
Careful,
turning
careful.
on when I play this again.
Nice. So as a huge Monster Hunter fan, I actually really like the idea that like you have to be precise and kind of sniper-like and get the stuff off of their bodies to get the specific gear. I like that.
No.
I'm also playing on hard, so I'm just a sick person.
Wow! Thanks, Steven.
Real gamer hours.
Making me feel real good about my choices.
I knew you were playing on hard. You never don't play on
No!
Oh!
Oh shit. Ooh, you got him.
Corey's safe.
Damn. I mean, it is fun to take out a lot of these guys.
Yeah. It feels good.
Yeah,
It feels
battles in this game do feel really fun.
I still like the combat in this game a lot. It was honestly my counter argument to a lot of people saying like, "Oh, it's not as good as Breath of the Wild" at the time. Is like, Breath of the Wild is a game about exploration and discovery. These games are about fucking up robots.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. They are very different.
And being amazed by these like weird robotic creatures that you know, but like they're on such a different scale.
Right. I haven't gotten to like any of the Oliphant looking Lord of the Rings monsters yet, but
Yeah.
John,
I think
you
it's,
calling
I
it there?
think it's- yeah, this is where we'll leave it. I think this is good, and I know Steven, you've got something I definitely want to check out. So
Yeah, I got something a little bit
Yeah.
different to close this out. Something a little bit more chill. 'Cause,
Yeah.
you know, Couch Surf here on Fridays is a chill stream. And
it's a chill show.
Yeah, it's a thing to bring us out at the end of the week. That game's cool though, John.
Yeah, it's those battles are fun. If I could just chase those, like I'll probably stick with this game.
Yeah, and you can. The thing that we didn't really get into too much there is that like the map will just like specific like enclaves of monsters are just marked on your map as like, this is where these guys live. This is where these guys live. And so if you just want to go hunt a Thunderjaw or whatever, you can just go do that.
Yeah.
We're going to switch over to my game, though. Oh, yeah, that sound. A game I have been meaning to play for the first time for probably 20 years?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they
Indiana
are
Jones.
They're making a new one, by the sound of it.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Are you able to send? Oh wait, no. The good stream would mess up the order,
Would mess
right?
up the thing, yeah. I can parsec it to you. I can make that attempt. Do you want me to?
No, it's all good.
Okay.
All right, Jones. How you gonna find that statue and all this junk?
I have never played this game before, but Danielle, if you're still in the chat, yeah, Boop Music says, Danielle, the reason I've been so curious about one of the reasons I've been so curious about this game for a long time, besides the fact that I just never owned it as a kid, and I always thought that the LucasArts games looked so cool.
It's a stone carving of Shiva.
Was that I used to be a huge fan of Idle Thumbs and
It's a copy of an Egyptian statue of Horus.
Something True and Important If True and stuff like that. Once featuring Danielle Riendo of our very own website,
Some
my
kind
boss.
of funeral urn.
And they used to talk about this game so much.
Really?
Yeah.
I can see why.
This is a point-and-click adventure?
This is a point-and-click adventure from the LucasArts era. It's like Monkey Island and The Dig and Loom.
The Dig.
I was not expecting that genre.
Yeah. You weren't. Were you expecting Indiana Jones to fucking die?
No, it's non-canonical.
Dead?
The label says unidentified
the
potsherd.
credits are still going though. So was this scripted? Is this what you're supposed to do?
Yeah, I'm clicking around. This is the credits.
Looks like
The opening
beadwork
credits
from
of
the
this
Phoenix
game
collection.
are interactive.
Oh, he's alive. We're fine.
It's cool as fuck.
Marcus
alive.
thought Potlatch Indians carved this. Looks like a movie
Yeah, it's
prop
very
to me.
cool. Okay. Stat shelves. A gaping hole, probably where I want to go, right?
Looks dangerous.
Yeah, you gotta fall.
Right. No! The hat coming off is such a good
Such a good
touch.
It's such a good touch.
Does he fall this much in the movies?
No, he's not. He's not like a goofy fucking klutz in the movies.
No.
This is like Charlie Chaplin, Buster Keaton ass.
he's-
I think I've read 'em
Indiana
all.
Jones.
He's down for so long.
Yeah.
Like, that's the part.
I
He
don't
doesn't
need
just
them.
get
They're
up.
just
It's like,
textbooks.
is he okay?
Yeah, like the Indiana Jones movies are like there's levity. They're
There's levity,
comedic
yeah.
moments, but it's not full of pratfalls like this.
No, like
Something
he'll
important
fall
here.
into like a pit of snakes or something, and he'll freak out. But like, yeah, he doesn't
The
do
stereo is
pratfalls
closed
like
for
this.
repairs.
There's one of my favorite scenes in an Indiana Jones movie ever, which was made because Harrison Ford was sick that day. and they had a whole sequence, like a whole fight sequence picked out for the day where he was going to get into like a sword fight, but he wasn't feeling well. He had like a fever. So there's a scene in, I think, the Raiders of the Lost Ark where
I think I've read 'em
a
all.
guy pulls out a sword and like gets ready to attack him, and he does like a bunch of cool sword tricks or whatever, and like ha 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 ha, and then Indiana Jones just pulls out a gun and shoots him.
Yeah, that's very good.
These books don't look familiar. Uh-oh.
Oh my god!
Oh my god, he's fucking dead!
Through the ground?
Wow.
This has happened 3 times! Back to back!
It's really good. It's a good bit.
It's a good bit! I can't get up either. Like, he's stuck on the ground this whole time, so presumably he's unconscious. Better get that roof checked. There's not much to interact with in here. Coal chute. Oh, gee, I wonder what's going to happen at a coal chute.
Looks pretty slippery.
Yeah? Yeah, Indy?
Go check that. Yeah.
Why doesn't he just go
Possibly
down the
an
stairs to
ancient
the elevator or
Mesopotamian cat god.
something? What is this method?
These games,
Possibly
or
an ancient
these games,
Mesopotamian cat god.
Indiana Jones takes place in like the 30s. Whoa! This is like World War II times, or right before World War II.
But why does he have to fall down each floor?
I'm just saying. I don't know how common elevators were yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, fucking. This is how people got up and downstairs in the 30s and 40s. They just had to go down chutes. They had to go through holes in the ceiling.
It's too slippery to walk up.
Do I need to
Famously, stairs were not
Fine
invented
sample of
until
my tumor.
1957.
Oh.
Yeah, the concept of putting a platform slightly above another platform to get higher was
Here's what I've been
not really
searching
thought
for.
of. Yeah.
I'll be.
Strange looking thing.
He found it.
I wonder where Marcus picked it up.
Am I supposed to be here? Where am I? Scum! So these games were built in an engine at the time called Scum, S-C-U-M-M. I forget what it stands for. But all these games are in the Scum engine. Maniac Mansion and the like. Fanbite Cat says S-cum. Oh.
Scenario creation, thing.
Indeed.
You don't look at all well.
Scenario creation,
Exploring our collections
thing,
can be dangerous,
Maniac
Mr.
Mansion. Thanks,
What was your
Danielle.
name again?
Smith.
Oh, this guy
Tell
doesn't
me,
seem great.
Did you find a lock to match my key?
I mean, Danielle did write "cum
You
thing"
bet I
in the chat, so thank you for brightening my day. It's apparently script creation
What are
utility
you
for
waiting
Maniac
for?
Mansion.
Let's open it.
So Danielle, you were very close.
Why not? It's an obvious fake.
You may think so, Doctor, but I believe we are opening a new chapter in history.
You would think that in the 1930s,
My word,
Indiana
you
Jones would
swarm
simply
of
not
thieves.
trust
Jewelry,
a
perhaps?
German man who is after
I still think it's a fake.
some ancient artifact.
Then you won't mind if I
With
take
all the
it.
Nazis he has encountered up to this point.
Ready, Mr. Smith.
Stand back, gentlemen.
I hope you've got a getaway car waiting. You'll need one.
What is this?
Whoa!
Damn.
Oh, damn!
What? That guy's just standing there. Is he not gonna help him?
But we got his coat, Marcus.
Is Marcus from the movies? Is he a guy?
Hey, what's this?
Yeah,
He got
he's his buddy.
Okay.
That works at the
Turner.
university with him, I
Lord,
believe.
indeed, a man, some sort of agent from the Third Reich.
Klaus
What
Kerner.
does the spy want with the Buddhist statue?
I lied, Marcus. I don't think it's a phony. I can't place the style, but it's old.
I also love that Indiana Jones is like at the museum or whatever, or at the college, and he's wearing his entire get-up, like his entire.
Yeah,
oh my God!
field supervisor
Look
for
at
the
that!
photo expedition. My first real job.
He would be the best prof, though.
Sophia
Imagine that guy's your
she was my
teacher.
assistant.
It's
Spoiled
yeah.
rich kid from
They
Boston,
show scenes with
rebelling
him as
against
the
her family.
teacher, and it is not even implied. It is very directly
Where does
shown
she
that
know?
like all his students are horny for
She
him.
gave up archaeology to
Oh,
become
no.
a psychic.
Hey, thanks for the sub, Adam, once again.
Oh, thank you so
Appreciate
much.
You can say that again.
Nice.
There's a scene in is it Last Crusade
Indy,
where like
Turner
one of
found you.
his
What if he finds her? We should warn
students has like written a love letter to him on
You're
her
right.
eyelids.
I want to know more about that statue.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
not a
yeah,
lot of
yeah.
space.
No!
You know,
I mean,
Marcus,
it says-
the
it
best
says
year of
something
my life
just
was
like-
the one I spent in Iceland with Sophia.
Like love you or be mine or something like that on her eyes. I
Yeah.
can't remember what it said. Here, let me Google Indiana Jones student eyelids.
Yeah.
Here we go. Now this is scum.
Yeah, it just says love you on her
Love you.
eyelids. Yeah.
This is scum. You got give, pick up, use, open, talk to, push, close, look at, pull. And those are your verbs. That's what you can do in this game.
This menu would overwhelm me. Like, what are you supposed to click on?
Anything you want.
This was taken a long
Yeah,
while ago when I thought we might like it.
I have some fondness for these games, Fūnk-é, but I admit when I went from playing Sierra point and clicks, which are like a lot simpler, to the Scum Engine stuff, which is like very complex. I was pretty overwhelmed by it.
Oh, hey, that actually worked. But that's the cool thing, though, is like you play these games and you
the
think
way it
like
looks blocked.
this
Try
should
stuff.
work, and then it
Yeah.
does, and it's like whoa.
It is cool, yeah.
It's a crate.
Yeah,
thanks.
yeah, and you're right, Denny Hillier.
seem to
Streamline it a lot with full throttle. That's true. It did get more streamlined.
That doesn't seem to work.
Now, Fūnk-é is eating something
pick that
delicious
up.
with chopsticks, and I'm very
It won't
jealous.
come any further toward
I'm
me.
eating some ramen, muted.
Yum 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 yum.
This
yum,
isn't
yum,
an ASMR,
The
but
way it looks blocked.
Yeah,
I'm here.
We're a multi-purpose stream.
Uh-huh.
yeah. It's
I can't reach it.
I was like, it's the afternoon and I need
I
some
can't
food.
reach it.
Yes, That's why I had applesauce at the top of this. I was like,
I can't
I'm
reach it.
hungry.
That's all you'll need for the rest of the day.
That's all I need.
I can't reach it.
Is applesauce.
Just a little pack.
Yum 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 yum.
I have pasta on the way.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's fun.
That doesn't seem to work. I don't see anything special about it.
Okay. I can pronounce your name anglicized. All right, Dennis. Sorry about that.
I can't make a call. I'm out of nickels.
I'm out of nickels.
I'm used to saying Denis Villeneuve and having to say it that way. I'm out of nickels. Shit.
So Kenneth and Fūnk-é, they used to have these booths that you could walk up to in streets and in cities and stuff like that. And they would have phones inside of them, and you would pay money with like a nickel to 25 cents to $1 or whatever to dial out to those folks. If you needed to make a call but didn't have a phone nearby, because cell phones have only been around for like about 20 years or so.
Hello there.
You know, Steven, I love that I'm
The
youthful
show
enough
sold
that
out,
you think I
sir.
wouldn't know what a phone is.
That was very funny that you're like, I'm going to explain this
Now wait.
entire concept.
Now sit.
I just love
your
that
living
I
room,
blend
no
in with the youth
exception.
of the site when I'm actually like a little bit older than this.
I mean, listen, we don't know, you know.
I don't think that'll work.
That's the thing
The
from
doors are
Doctor Who,
locked,
right?
sir.
Yeah. That's where they got the idea.
Yeah, Fūnk-é, that's the
I don't think that'll
TARDIS.
work.
Yeah. And that's what we all called them too, TARDISes.
We had to stop using that term because it was
Grand Central
copywritten, so
Station,
they
please.
changed it to phone booth.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I
I
get
can
it.
I can just take a cab all the way across New York State.
Wow.
I don't have enough money to use the payphone.
I was about to say, that sentence started out pretty normal until you said state.
That's what it looks like. Am I wrong?
Oh, you're so far away.
You're so far away.
New York City.
Oh, you're going back.
Yeah, I don't know what else to do. There can't be. They can't expect me to go all the way back to the place that I just came from to do this. There must be something I can do here. Walk to crate. It's got to be something with these
I
crates.
can't get there from here. I can't get there from here. I can't get there from here.
I can't get there from here.
I can't get there from here.
Use.
I can't get there from here.
Open.
I can't get there from here.
Pull.
I can't get there from here. I can't get there from here.
I can't get there from here.
I can't get there from here.
I can't get there from here.
I can't get there from here.
This is my nightmare.
I can't get there from here.
Yeah, I mean,
pick that up.
there is something very funny about the idea of like someone
The way
sitting
it
there in
looks
this
blocked.
alley, just thinking to themselves, "Can I talk to this crate? Can I push this crate? Can I close this crate? Can I look at this crate?" And just going, "You can't go through here.
You can't do this. You
Can't
can't
do
that.
this. You can't do this."
It's unlocked.
Indiana Jones,
Oh.
you cannot talk to a trash can. Indiana Jones, you cannot pull a building.
Oh, this is good. This ain't no ticket office.
I'm with the band.
Why would you say the last thing?
Does that mean your Darwinian nightmare? Okay.
Wait a minute.
All right.
Yeah, what for?
So fucking rude.
I'm the fire inspector.
What do you take me for, a moron?
Oh my god, Fūnk-é. Wow.
Wait a minute.
Darwinian nightmare. I mean, that's an unbelievably rude thing to say to someone, especially a stranger.
I just
Fix the lights.
don't get it. He's trying to break into this place. Like,
There's
you should be
nothing wrong
nice.
with the light.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now take a hike.
Wait a minute.
What now, buddy?
I'm with the band.
Wait a minute.
Madam
What
Sophia
now, buddy?
doesn't have a band.
I'm with the band.
Wait a minute.
What now, buddy?
I really need to talk to your star.
That's what they
This
always
would be
do.
an incredible thing.
Uh-huh. It's a matter of life and Nazis.
Oh.
It's a matter of life and Nazis.
Life and what?
On second thought. Wait a minute.
Life and what?
What now, buddy?
Wait.
Let me in, you Darwinian nightmare.
Was that an insult?
Well, what do you think?
I think I'm tired of fancy Dan college boys who use big words, and I think you's better apologize.
Of Fancy Dan college boys who use big words.
Whoa.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You know what? That's on me.
Apology?
I was out of pocket.
Whoa!
Holy shit.
Wow, Indy.
Same to
I was
you.
out of pocket. I apologized.
Damn.
I understand.
There's got to be some way to talk my way in.
Wait, can I pick up these boards? No.
There's gotta be some way to talk my way in, but you know what it's not doing? Calling this guy a Darwinian nightmare.
Oh, you didn't know what I meant.
I
anyway.
can't get there.
That's
I
fine.
can't get there from here. I can't get there from here.
How did
can't
I?
get there from here.
That's impossible because I pushed that
I
crate
can't
into
get
that
there from
spot in
here.
the first place, so I can get there from here.
That doesn't seem to
Steven,
work.
he can't get there
I can't
from
get
here.
there from here. It won't go any further that way.
Push. Aha!
Aha! I can't
Aha!
The way looks blocked.
You've got it. You've
There
got
you
it.
go.
The
There
way
you
looks
go.
blocked.
All right.
This way looks blocked.
He's one.
The
He's one.
perspective is weird.
The crates are one. Okay, great.
Okay.
Hey,
They're cracked.
Oh
There you
my
go.
god. No way you
Woman.
actually went through that.
about time to get
Yeah.
rid of Jeff. He was such a pushover.
Oh.
I want a reading with Miss Hapgood.
Are you crazy? During the show? Write her a letter.
Food is here.
Food is here.
Wait.
Food
Take it easy and watch the show.
Take it easy and
Here,
watch
my
the
friend,
show.
is Atlantis,
Look at those suspenders.
as it might have appeared in its heyday.
As it might have
Glorious,
appeared in its heyday.
prosperous,
Here's what Atlantis
socially and
looks like, I
technically
think.
advanced.
You need to Photoshop this to be like,
Wildest
here's
dreams.
what Shadow the Hedgehog impreg
5,000
looks
years
like.
ago, while
As you might be
everyone else still
imagining
wore
it.
animal skins,
As it might have looked in its heyday.
mighty
Looked in its heyday. Look at the glow on Shadow the Hedgehog. So happy.
United in true happiness.
How does she know this?
Centuries later, the
She
famous
said as
philosopher
it might
Plato
have,
wrote
so I
about
think
it.
it's just her
He
guessing.
placed Atlantis on a
This
continent
is
out in the
yeah. I
deep
would
ocean
love to get tickets.
Shot in the dark.
and described
Yeah.
circular
I'd love to
parts.
buy tickets to a show
as
where
you see
some
here.
lady is just like, here's what I think about Atlantis.
She's something. She can go on for hours.
She just makes you shit up on the fly. She doesn't run out of material.
I guess it's no different than fucking Joe Rogan. I guess we just stumbled into the fucking modern day podcaster.
Pick up stagehand. No. Pick up stagehand.
Pick up the man in the suspenders. Pick up Larry King.
Hold on. She's just coming to the exciting part.
Danielle says, "No joke. I would watch LB talk about. I would watch LB talk about what they think of Atlantis."
Was it
I would
slowly
too.
creeping
I completely
higher,
would too.
or the Earth itself suddenly shifting? However it happened, panic must have gripped the citizens.
Also, Atlantis is gone. We don't know why, but here's a picture I drew of it probably getting flooded, I guess.
Or perhaps it was a volcanic eruption.
Do you go to
and
Atlantis in this
something
game? Is that
remains even
why
now.
she's
On
explaining
some
all this?
questions,
The game is
the
called
great
Indiana Jones and the
spirit
Fate of
who guides my
Atlantis.
thoughts,
Okay.
the all-seeing
Yes, I
Zarab
do think you go to Atlantis, if I remember correctly.
Oh, so it's like the Lost Ark.
Oh yeah,
I've been
I mean
doing
like
this 100 times.
Indiana Jones
The
stuff.
woman
I don't know
never
if you know
stops.
this, Fūnk-é. They're all full of fantasy shit. There's always some weird ancient relic that at the end blows up a bunch of Nazis' heads.
Yeah. Also, the Judeo-Christian God is basically real in Indiana Jones's universe.
And like they just kind of know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, what now?
It's pretty weird. When you think about it long enough, it's pretty weird and funny. That it's just like,
Do they meet God?
They have profound. I'll just say this: they have profound evidence of God at several points,
and at least 2 different instances of it too.
Yeah, just like of people being like, yeah, this
Adam
is something
told me to
that
tell you,
belongs to
you're fine.
God. Better use it to do Nazi stuff, and then
can't fire
terrible
me.
things happen to those people, and it's like, oh, all right, so.
Oh
that's
no!
it.
Take a look at my union
Oh no,
card.
if I'm here, I ruined the camera setup. Never
Oh
mind.
my
I'll tell you
God,
about it later.
LB, oh my God.
I'll fix it, LB. I'll fix it. I'll fix it. Don't even worry.
They're gone.
Nope, they're gone. Okay, well.
Wait.
No,
She's
LB,
still
no.
talking.
We can fix it, LB. I mean, this
Wait.
yeah.
She's still talking.
It is crazy how much this guy looks like Larry King.
It's very funny. Just a tiny
Hold
little
on.
Larry King.
She's still talking.
That's what they meant when they came up with Short Kings.
Wait. She's still talking.
Look at him. He's tiny. How big is Harrison Ford? I bet I'm taller.
Are you taller than Harrison Ford?
Yes.
Did you see that Nazi's passport said he was 6'4"?
She's still talking.
Harrison Ford's is 6'4"?
No, the Nazi in the game.
Game
Oh, wow.
Nazi.
Game Nazi.
The NPC. Anyways, there's no compelling evidence that Atlantis ever existed. So that's what I think about Atlantis.
Wait.
Is it's not. It
She's
didn't,
still
it wasn't-
talking.
It didn't real.
How do you
It didn't
explain?
real.
How do you explain Atlantis: The Lost Empire then?
Yeah, how do you explain what this lady is talking about?
She's full of shit.
Wow.
She's talking.
Wow.
But she has glasses on and she's at a presentation.
Yeah, when was the last time you went to a presentation when somebody
Here.
with glasses was giving it?
No thanks. I read it years
Was it
ago.
true?
What are you trying to
Got my own
say?
copy.
I'm just trying to say that like glasses and presentation do not make somebody honest
Credible or honest?
or credible.
Yeah.
I'm snapping my fingers.
I don't
I
think
do
that'll
think
work.
that probably like the myth of Atlantis came from like some cities just getting like swallowed up by water because that happens all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, not compelling.
Okay.
Now, lizard people underneath the city of Los Angeles. Now we're
real.
talking. Now we're talking about something interesting and compelling and that I believe in. So you can hear more about that at my presentation. That's at the same time as this lady's presentation.
I
Don't
don't
go
think
to it.
that'll work.
Go to mine instead across the street. That's
They're
all.
locked.
It's been a pleasure being here. what a good stream. I've been enjoying it.
Thanks,
Thank you,
LB.
LB.
Thanks,
Yeah,
LB.
thank you.
Oh, I get back with my food and Nelby's leaving.
Wait, I just said Atlantis isn't real. That's what you missed, Kenneth.
Oh,
But lizard people
wisdom.
living under LA
The lizard
are.
people are real, and they live under Los Angeles, and they're my friends. Maybe when we meet. If any lizard people are watching this, hit me up. My DMs are open. I'm Hunk Tears on Twitter. You can also message me on or comment on any of my reviews on Letterboxd. I don't think they have messaging.
I
I'm assuming
swear
the
to God, I
lizard
thought you were
people-
about to
Isn't there
say
something you'd rather
LinkedIn.
be doing?
LinkedIn, lizard people. Hit me up on LinkedIn.
LinkedIn.
Only part of your network.
Liz Dan.
Don't you ever get bored?
You liked it so much.
She does
I
let
did.
on, but I've got a
Okay.
job to do.
Okay. I'll hop in if I think of anything else. If I come
Okay.
across any other evidence of Atlantis. Okay.
Okay,
Bye.
Perfect.
Thanks, LB.
Excuse
Yeah,
me.
get back to us.
Thank you.
Yeah, what now?
Peer reviewed.
I should hopefully fix the cameras back again. Kenneth is disappeared.
Yeah.
What? What happened?
I seem to be frozen.
Oh, did it do it again?
It did it again because the things happened. I mean, Steven, we've gone almost 3 hours. It's almost not worth fixing it, but you could fix it if you want to.
No. We can honestly probably call it there. I just wanted to check out this game that I've never played before.
I might want you to keep playing this game on stream, though.
Don't you have any
Maybe it's a
I
new
do
series,
like it.
You know?
Yeah.
Sure.
We know Nikki. We know Discord's very sick.
We know. Discord has been weird. all
We
day.
know Nikki.
Nikki, no.
We know.
Kenneth has disappeared and gone to Atlantis.
What if I give you something to walk away?
A bribe? Who do you think you're talking to?
Who do you think you're talking? Nobody who's ever talked like this has ever taken a bribe before in their life, eh? You know what I mean? You know what I'm
Excuse me.
saying?
Yeah, what now?
Don't you ever read?
Sure, it's a hobby of mine.
Hey, do you ever read? Yeah. So we played some good games.
What if I give you something
on
to
this
read?
one.
There was a lot of big stuff. A lot of big
Yeah.
stuff
Take a
coming out
look.
this month. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do I keep looking at her?
That was good.
I don't think I'll be able to beat Horizon before other games drop next week. Honestly.
Yeah.
No.
She's
Yeah.
still talking.
Horizon.
What you got to do is what I did to finish Arceus, is just not sleep.
Just not sleep.
Just don't
Interesting.
sleep.
Interesting.
Here.
That's
No
true.
thanks. I read it years ago.
And
I
get
still
all
got my
your
own copy.
meals through an IV.
Interesting. Okay.
You know how all the things we do to keep ourselves alive? There's actually a way to streamline all of those. They don't take up as much time.
Oh shit. Danielle says, "Do not recommend. Please sleep." In all
Yeah.
caps. True.
Well, she's a medical expert, so.
It's
You
true.
would know best of any
Oh,
of
there's
us.
a newspaper. What newspaper? What are you talking about?
Walk the newspaper.
It's today's paper.
Okay, we'll solve this puzzle because I want to see what happens. I want to see if this lady has anything else to say about Atlantis, and then I'll close it out because we have been going for about 3 hours. But I need to know. Wait. Okay. I want to read the paper first. What's
I
in
don't
it?
think that'll work.
Okay.
It's
well,
today's paper.
Nothing. Okay. Give paper. Give paper. Give paper.
Here.
There we go.
Well, the late edition. I wonder
Hey!
if the Dodgers won. Watch the lights while I find out, okay?
Hey, random stranger, can you run this expensive stagehand equipment for me while I go and read about the Dodgers? Button.
Man, it would be so considerate of you.
Nothing happened.
Pull lever.
It won't go any further in that direction.
Push lever. Push lever.
You're just
push
pressing
lever.
random shit?
Yeah, pretty much.
One of them's got to do something.
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened. Use.
They just make little
doesn't seem to
Pikachus
work.
go in the red circle.
Oh, I'm totally in this game all of a sudden.
Button. Walk.
It appears to control.
Well, there's no one
ghostly
stopping you from
stage
just
prop.
walking over, right?
True.
Oh yeah, that's true. Let's see what happens.
Hold on.
Oh well.
I still got my eye on you.
I got my eye on you. Not well enough so that I could, like, I don't know, stop you from pulling and pushing all those levers for me.
That guy.
Okay, and now use button. What do the Pikachus mean? Wait, can I look
I think
at?
that's good.
Nothing seems to happen though.
Nothing happened.
What if I pull that lever back? Use button.
Nothing happened.
Push middle. Well, push middle lever. Push this lever. Push right lever. No. Use button.
Dennis says you want them green, maybe? That seems real.
Green. Okay.
Green means go.
Use button.
Nothing happened.
Okay. Push lever. Push. One of the problems that I'm running into here is like the clicking just doesn't seem to work all the time. Ah, there we go. Push button. Here we go.
And I still feel the presence of Atlantis through...
What?
May I present Nurab-Sal, the great Atlantean god of...
What?
Of...
Deceit.
Deceit. Thanks, Indy. Indiana Jones?
Indiana
You've got some
Jones?
nerve. Go back, you big jack-o'-lantern.
Incredible.
What the fuck?
Oh, great.
Incredible.
Good night, folks.
Incredible.
Why did I ruin this
Come on,
woman's
mister.
show?
I've got a few words to mince with you.
Well, it was probably a blessing in disguise, because, like,
I'd say
she
it's
was,
about time.
you know, she had some really, off-the-wall theories that seemed like they had shaky foundation, so probably just doing, like, a favor for the broader historical community.
Looks like Kerner got here first.
That's fair.
Stay put.
Yeah, he did call her a fraud earlier. Okay. Well, now that we've
one
seen
here.
an Atlantean ghost spontaneously combust on this woman's stage.
Or here either.
And ruined her career.
And ruined her career for the rest of her life, apparently. Oh my god, this is some fucking... This is really some Looney Tunes shit.
What is happening?
I love LucasArts
Dr.
games.
Uberman.
So good.
Fantastic news. We found the treasure we seek.
Are you a different guy?
That's
That was
the
the
second
Nazi.
time Kerner slipped away.
He was escaping.
What does a Nazi spy want with old statues?
Oh, I thought
Have
you
you
were
seen the
jumping and
newspaper?
doing a different outfit swap.
Listen to this.
Oh my god!
Germans claim victory in
German
the worldwide race to
wizard
smash the
splits
uranium
atom.
Chief
Oh my
scientist
God.
Dr. Hans Uberman announced his plan to
Hans
harness new sources of
Uberman!
energy for the Third Reich.
Oh my god.
So?
This is the greatest game that's ever been written.
This is really good.
Thank you, everybody, for
Practical
sticking
results
with
are
us.
years away.
Wait, what?
Of course they are.
I don't know how to save.
That's why they're looking for the power of Atlantis.
Well,
Oh no.
Be serious.
Anyway.
Keep the game running until next time.
yeah, there you
I
go.
used
I'll
to
just
think
keep
you'd
it,
make a
you
good
know,
scientist.
I'll just keep a laptop open running this game constantly. It'll become my dedicated indie button. Oh, there we go. So you have to use the function buttons a lot in this one. Enter a name. What's a good name for this save?
I can't get through there.
I'm too far away. Yeah.
Darwinian nightmare.
Well, for the time being, we will just, I think, kick it off for a little bit. Thanks, everybody, for sticking around and watching another episode of Couch with us.
This was a blast.
Yeah, we've had ourselves a Friday. We honor the fallen, whose cameras were destroyed in the process of making this year episode. We miss you, except for Kenneth, apparently, who's the one person still working. Wait, Fūnk-é is working now? Why is... Oh, it's because Discord was unfocused for so long. That's why. I get it now. Yeah. What do we got going on? Next week is Merit Soul's Elden Ring mega stream on Friday.
That's it.
Surf.
That's correct.
because Merritt is going to be playing the beginning of that game. I have been playing that game as well. Can't talk about it until next week, but we'll have some stuff up on the website about it next week. We have some stuff on Merritt and guests. Yes, we have Ben Pack, Adam Conover, Pat Gill, and Kat Bailey are all currently set to show up on that. It'll be a good time. I can't say whether the game is good, but I know that stream will be good. And,
yeah.
We will be back on Monday with more just general stuff, more streaming, I'm sure. And where can people?
Yeah, we got stuff every day.
We do. We got new content all the time. Destiny 2 expansion coming out next Tuesday. We're gonna have a ton of fucking stuff about that. Just all stuff all the time, everywhere. You can follow our stuff if you want. We'll have some video stuff actually in the next week here on youtube.com/fanbyte. The URL is now working, which is nice. And you can go to twitter.com/fanbytemedia to follow our Twitter. Where can people follow you, Fūnk-é?
Fūnk-é Fly. But Nikki sent it in chat, I think.
Okay, well,
all of our ads.
Well, I've already said yours now, so I have to say everybody's. Kenneth, where can people find you?
You can find me at Shepherd CBR.
John, where can people find you?
Floppy Adult.
That's wonderful. You can find me on Twitter at Steven Strum. Until next week, I guess. I don't have a good sign off for Couchsurf yet, but have a chill time. Have a good time. It's tough out there. Be good.
Keep it radical.
Be radical.
Be rad, everybody. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out, everyone.
Tell Waypoint we said hi.
This is a blast. Yeah, tell Waypoint we said hi.
Bye.
Bye.